First, I'd like to and Dizen, Furban, Durban.
You're a little excited to get those words out.
Let me take two. Let me try that again. First, I would like to recognize the return of Froggy. And there was actually an item that I've had since early this week that I've held out on doing because Froggy would be the foremost expert on this particular situation. And I held back on doing the story because Froggy hasn't been here for, I don't know, what, a week and a half? How long have you been out?
About a month.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Froggy's been out for a month and a half. 2 months.
Yes.
2 months. It's the whole fourth quarter so far, Froggy's been out. I know you were
2
out.
days.
You were here Monday, but then you called in sick on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
How you feeling? You feeling better?
I'm feeling better, yeah.
All right.
I made a mistake. My kid had chicken soup. My kid's been sick for a few days, and he had chicken soup
I think
on Monday.
Your kid had chicken pox on Monday or
No.
something.
And he didn't finish it all, and I was like, I'll just finish it. And I finished the chicken soup.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, afterwards, I'm like, oh, God, wait a minute. He's sick. And then I guess it got me a little sick.
I don't know if like eating soup out of a bowl.
He spits in it.
He backwashes in his soup.
That's how he eats.
He's really a disgusting
That's
kid.
gross. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday. MJ and the crew, we're all intact again. Do you have any idea on what particular item I've had since earlier this week that I've held off on talking about because I thought that you would be kind of helpful in the discussion of the item?
I don't know. What?
Come on, you have no idea?
Somebody die?
No. It's somewhat in your realm. I mean, you're an adult, but you're still into this stuff.
Gaming?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
Come on,
I haven't been following the news.
In the gaming world, you're not aware of the huge news. There was a leak online.
No, what? Do tell. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, what am I talking about?
The new GTA trailer.
Yes. Yeah, so Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yes.
Allegedly, the trailer leaked.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is here.
Yeah, do you believe that? Do you believe that the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked on YouTube, that somebody leaked it, or you think that was all orchestrated to have like a fake leak, and then the company, who's the company?
Rockstar Games?
Yeah, So Rockstar's behind Grand Theft Auto. So you believe that it was a real leak, that somebody got a hold of some of the graphics and leaked this thing online, and then Grand Theft Auto's maker, they had to then rush out the official trailer? I don't know. It sounds a little concocted to me.
I think my neighborhood's going to be in the game. I'm going to rob my own house.
Well, there's tons of Florida stuff, right?
Yes. That's
cool.
Like Clearwater's in it and St. Pete, apparently.
Yeah, there's the new Grand Theft Auto. And
it's supposed to be like the Florida version.
It is. It's like Florida Man.
Yeah, they can have Florida Man drivers.
No, but they do. They have like some famous Florida stories and mugshots that they've patterned some of the characters after in the new Grand Theft Auto. So when does it actually come out? When is it available?
Like in a year and a half or something.
Yeah, so I saw the still image, right? And the funny thing about the still image is the female in the picture is wearing an ankle monitor.
That's very Florida.
Listen, do me a favor, and we'll get into this later on. And Julian was all excited about this, but can you try to look up the release date?
So it said on the still image in the front, it said coming in 2025. So you're at least a year and a quarter?
What the hell?
They always do that.
A year plus ahead of time? Maybe talk about a hype job.
Well, it takes them a decade to make each game.
Well, that's another point, is that the last Grand Theft Auto was Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Yeah.
And that was 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm. They build entire worlds on that game. It's insane.
How much?
You never played it. You would realize how much work goes into it.
The last one I played was, I think, Grand Theft Auto 1.
No.
And I think Vice City. Was that something?
Yeah, that was one, but that doesn't even compare to this. This is a whole new world.
So they're going to have like people street racing on Gandhi, and then like all the, how they set up the Indy car track in downtown St. Pete. They'll probably like use Do you think there'll be copycat drivers after they play Grand Theft Auto
Probably.
in St. Pete and Clearwater and try to go do crazy stuff like they do in the game?
I don't know how specific it is as opposed to like streets and stuff, but I'm looking at the trailer now, and I can tell you right now, this is mostly in the state of Florida.
It is.
Wow.
A lot of it takes place in Florida. All right, we'll get into this in a little more detail later on, but I wanted to hold out for Froggy to come back because Froggy has allowed his kids since birth to play Grand Theft Auto.
No, since they were 3. That's when Luke started.
What's the matter with you?
But they aren't allowed to play with guns. They could just beat people and run them over.
That's it. They can just
No guns.
Since 3 years old, Froggy was allowing his kids to play Grand Theft Auto and run over nuns at a bus stop on the side of the road. I mean, what's the...
Well, the nuns are undercover front for a biker gang.
Oh, really?
It's not a biker
well
gang.
known.
It's not a biker gang.
Oh,
It's a different front.
Get out.
Ooh.
All right, 6:06 at the MJ Morning Show. Roxanne, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad your phone's all charged up. I'm glad your power came back on. Yeah. Roxanne sends me an email.
Hey, that you were the first person to find out.
Roxanne sends me an email at 2:00 yesterday afternoon. Hey, I don't know if I'm going to have any prep today. My power's out. I'm like, okay, 2:00. It is,
You never know.
it's like 18 hours away from the next show, and it's 2:00 in the afternoon, and my power's out. I might not be able to do any show prep, just giving you a heads up. And I sent the note back. Are you kidding me? At 2:00, I think your power is going to be back on. And what, you're not going to be able to do prep at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock? Come on.
You never know what's happening in the
whatever.
household after that. So I try to knock out at least a little bit.
What time did
midday.
your power come back on?
Right after I sent you that text message. Right, the second one, the one because then I forwarded you the note from Tico,
Well-
and it was like your power's out. We estimated it'll come back on at 6 p.m.
Right. So
So I
you sent me the text, and there was still a cause of the outage. It said still under investigation.
Yeah.
Estimated power back on was 6 p.m. And what I send back to you?
You said it'll come on before that, and it literally came on as you sent me that
But
text.
why didn't you send me another text saying, "Hey, power's back on"?
I didn't know how much prep I was going to do, so I
Yeah,
just
you were
wanted
trying to
keep
get out of it.
keep it
That's
wide
what-
open.
Listen, folks, listen to what I'm dealing with here. I mean, how do I do it? How do I do
How
it?
do you do it?
I don't know. Can't figure it out. Just getting rolling, folks. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show on a Thursday. Back in a moment. crew. Froggy is back. Hey, Froggy, what's the latest on the leak at your house? Have they patched the pipe that apparently they busted while installing your new pool?
Yeah, they did fix it yesterday.
Yeah, I got
It's very frustrating.
Got some reports on that. And how many gallons of water? I mean, we're under water restrictions in Hillsborough County and, Pinellas County? I think Pasco is part of that as well. And here you've got some water pipe just spewing, billions of gallons into the neighborhood.
It happens.
Right?
No biggie. We
So
got it covered.
it has been fixed?
Yes, it has.
Fantastic.
Luckily.
I mean, luckily. That's what they
I was
do.
going to raise some hell.
So hopefully you guys hired a good pool company, not one of the ones that took people's money and they're out of business.
No, we did a lot of research. They're good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just checking. Hey, because I don't know, last year or so, I mean, how many pool companies? 2 or 3 pool companies locally. I mean, owners charged with fraud and arrested and attorney general involved and all kinds of crap.
A lot of bad apples. I hate it when people ask me to recommend a pool company because people are never happy. They might love their pool. It might be the best pool ever, but it always takes longer than they expect.
Always.
And so they always end up hating the people who built the pool, even if it's their dream pool, because it took too long.
Yeah, pools, and listen, there are some good pool companies out there. There's no doubt about it, but pools are one of those things where you just seem to hear an exponentially large amount of complaints about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one's ever happy.
Is what I'm thinking. Hey, Roxanne, just said, and Frog, you must be nice, man, putting in a pool. It must be really, really nice.
It is.
Mm.
You could afford one with all your endorsements.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They're not that expensive.
All right, so you think a pool might be in the future?
Sure.
At my place?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Hey, Roxanne, if you don't mind, for the early crowd that might not have been familiar with a discussion we had on the show yesterday, I'm just curious, how many times after the show yesterday did you tell yourself that you're a multimillionaire with $15 million in the bank? How many times yesterday after the program did you embark down that trail?
This is a lifestyle. So it's just known. I completely tell myself that, but it's true. I've actually gotten a couple phone calls.
It's not true. You don't have $15 million in the bank. All right, now, if you, Frog, you don't know about this. All right, Frog, are you ready to venture into
Please.
total insanity?
I've missed this.
All right, Roxanne, do me a favor. For the benefit of the early listeners here at 6:22 on a Thursday morning in December, for the benefit of those that didn't hear this yesterday, and of course Froggy, who wasn't here yesterday, and now he is. Can you please explain this whole Froggy? Get a load. Listen to this. All right, explain your little multimillionaire in your head concept.
Okay, anytime we have to make a big purchase. As a joke, I will text Doug a screenshot of my net worth online, if you believe everything you read on the internet, and it says, fluctuates, but sometimes it's 14, 15 million. So I'll send him
Stop.
Yes.
Fester, go to Google and just type in Roxanne Wilder celebrity net worth. Because there are a couple of websites out there that have cobbled together what they think are the net worths of...
guys, 18 million.
Wow. Okay. You had a good day yesterday.
Oh, my God. It is. Wait a minute. From networthpost.org, Roxanne Wilder's net worth is $18 million.
Must have been a good day in the markets. Okay.
Wow.
So I pretend.
In reality, is your net worth anywhere near $18 million?
Absolutely not. No. But it's fun to pretend.
So her bio is hysterical. She's an actress and producer.
But that's true. Both of those credits are true.
Yeah, I know, but it's
known
still
for
hysterical.
Studio 10 Live,
Yep, did that show.
2009.
Yep.
And Adventure Scouts 2010.
Yeah, but then I think if you scroll down, I'm related to Marty Wilde, which doesn't even make sense because
I think it's all it gives me. I think it's just a bunch of ads after that.
Yeah, all kinds of clickbait junk after that. Wait, so Studio 10, is that still on Channel 10?
No.
But was that one of those shows where they sell somebody comes in like with a new
barber
spatula.
shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or they sell, like Channel 8 has, what's that show on Channel 8? Do they still have that one?
They'll have like a doctor from the Spinal Institute.
Yeah,
And they'll like
exactly.
sponsor the segment.
And he jams some kind of spatula into someone's back and claims it's a new medical breakthrough.
All right, so
Yeah.
there's another site called Insert Point,
Insert Point.
Ooh, that sounds weird.
and it puts Roxanne at 1,000,004.
No, that doesn't. That's not
It's
1,000,004.
still
That's not. That's
Was
some.
that your
Hold
right?
Can you not
Wait,
read numbers, Buster? Look at that.
Wait a sec. They don't
Not a
even
real
have.
number.
Wait a minute. They don't even have the commas.
Oh, wait, hold on. The commas
Dude,
aren't even right.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
How can you not look at that? It's 1,40, comma
I thought it was like a
00, comma.
At first look, it looked like a decimal.
But even then, it wouldn't be right. I mean, whatever foreign site this is, they don't even have the commas and the
No.
decimal points even remotely right.
That's probably how many. What is it? Won. That's probably how many.
Oh, this is
Pesos, maybe.
ridiculous.
That's how many yen you have.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
some
thank you.
foreign crap site, but the celebrity net worth site has Roxanne Wilder's net worth at $18 million. All right, listen, which is completely wrong.
Yes.
I've not seen any of your bank statements or any of your investment thing, but I don't think you're worth $18 million.
Bust out that portfolio.
And you confirm that you're not.
Yeah, no,
All right,
I'm not.
So, all right, let's put that aside.
Uh-huh.
This is Roxanne's mindset where she convinces herself that she is a multimillionaire with $15 million in the bank. Go ahead and explain this to Froggy.
I think the best example of this, Froggy, is the old me who did not have this net worth would come home and see the scratch on the brand new washing machine.
Oh, yeah. Her kids, somehow they got a brand new washer and dryer set,
Yes.
and the kids scratched the whole front of the dryer.
And so I don't know if it was like a backpack or what, but there's a blue scratch, and I would normally look at it and I
How
would
do
be
you
like,
scratch a washing
don't
machine with a
know.
backpack?
I have no idea.
Your kids took clearly a masonry trowel and
Yes, but I look at that. The old me would have flipped out and be like, "We can't have a single nice thing in this house. Everything gets ruined. These kids ruin everything. We can't take care of anything."
Hey, Froggy, listen to this.
But now,
Roxanne told me that she called her kids little a-holes.
okay,
Oh,
will you
no.
let me get to that progression?
I'm sorry.
All right? I'm not there yet.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Story arc here.
so then I look at the washer, and I'm like, "Oh well, I'll buy 10 new ones if I want to. Who cares?" Now, would Roxanne worth $18 million need to buy 10 new ones? No, because it doesn't matter.
But
You
she
start to
could.
really realize that certain things just don't matter. When you have all that money, you don't need to.
But
need
you
to
don't
prove
have
anything
that
with
money.
A perfect.
You don't have
I
it.
pretend to, which I figured out is the best way, because more money, more problems. But if you pretend to have money, it's just amazing. It's just a fantasy. And then, so like my kids were being horrific at the table. They were whining, and MJ is just like giddy because I told him off air they were being little you know what.
Little a-holes.
And so
Roxanne said to me, my kids are being little a-holes.
yeah.
Kids go through those
Okay,
stages.
whatever. So then I look at Doug and I go, "Look, babe, all this money, $18 million, we still can't get our kids under control. You realize what money can and can't buy." Hey, another case in point, MJ this morning, Daviana came into me, "Mama, please come hug me before you leave again. Please give me 1,000,000 hugs before you leave." And I was like, he can't put a price on that. That's like, you start to like, you go through life. Everything is, and then I've got my sister sold on the plan as well.
You're selling everybody on. Make your problems and troubles and your anxiety go away by telling yourself you're worth $15 million.
Yes.
I know
And so,
people who live like that.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem to have
No,
legs.
but I'm a
That-
frugal-
That doesn't seem to have any long-term prospects.
no, but I'm like a frugal $18 million person. I don't want to spend the money, but I know that I have it and I just feel good.
You don't have it.
And then I tell
You
myself,
do not have it.
Okay.
I
stop
think I have
ruining.
a fever dream.
Listen, last night my sister
crazy.
and I were trying to figure out who's going to pick up the kids from school. Like our kids,
All
go to
right,
school
hold-
together, blah,
hold-
blah,
hold
blah.
on.
Have the natty do it.
You know
That's what we said.
Yeah, have the
We're
nanny
like,
do it.
she said, "Could you
Hold on.
please have Jeeves pick him up?" Why
Yeah,
not? I go,
have
"Jeeves
them
got a
live
DUI.
it. All right,
He
let's-
can't."
What? Who's got a DUI?
My pretend made up assistant, Butler.
Oh, all right. Let's.
Who are you hiring?
Let's do a wellness check. Let's do. All right. All right. I'm voting. I'm voting crazy. All right.
These are no fun. They're no fun.
I'm
Yeah.
voting crazy. Froggy, how are you voting on Roxanne right now?
I think I'm going to start living like that as well.
Oh,
I'm
Thank
with it.
you.
I'm
Thank
totally
you.
with it. I think I'm worth $500 million right now.
Right.
It feels so good.
I'm living like it.
And is that how you're getting the pool installed?
That's right.
Yeah.
And what
My
happens
fake
when,
money.
what happens when you tell the pool company you don't have the money to pay
I'll
them?
just hand them my invisible cash.
Yeah, that's right.
A bag of invisible
Yes.
money.
Yes.
Thank you for understanding this.
Fester, you joining me in the crazy train?
I actually just hired Jeeves myself. I'm all for it.
What
Thank
the
you.
hell?
That thought pattern can get you in a lot of trouble, I think.
That's exactly
yes.
what I'm saying.
Come January when the credit card bills come in, there's going to be some trouble.
Yeah,
But
you can't pretend you're worth $15 million to whisk your troubles away
There are people who live like that.
or go on spending sprees because, I have the money.
I'm like
In my little pretend fantasy wacky world.
you don't get it. You don't get the depth of this, MJ.
Oh, yes, I
it
do.
makes you realize what you can and can't put a price on in life.
Yes, I get the depth of it. It's the world of Thorazine and lobotomies. Yes. All right. 6:30. Fester's walking out. Where the hell are you
what
going?
are you doing?
Where
I
are
have to call my investment banker right now to check on my $15 million.
move some money
I'll
around,
be
huh?
back. Yeah.
All right. The Skyway southbound is closed. Again, southbound Sunshine Skyway is closed because of a fatal on the bridge overnight. So that's really going to mess things up. So just heads up on that. That will really screw up your travel pattern. 6:31 at the MJ Morning Show. We'll get full traffic with Pat in just a matter of minutes. Great sponsors on the MJ. I finally came up with it during the commercial break. Welcome back, folks. MJ and the crew here. Roxanne, Froggy, Fester. We're all back together again. You know, Fester had his medical bout last week. Froggy was out Tuesday and Wednesday this week with something, and, well, he's not even back in the studio now. Is he out again? Is he?
He's out sick.
Is he out sick again? Has he just called in sick?
He was in and he's like, I'm good.
40 minutes of today's show, he's called in sick again.
Froggy's taking micro sick days.
Oh, here he is. He's coming back right now. Good. You know what? It finally dawned on me during the commercial break, and I couldn't wait. And we got morons in the news here in just a second. And there's a pretty good stack of morons in the news today. But it finally dawned on me during the commercial break. I was like searching for a word or a term with Roxanne's little mental mind game that she's playing about all of her troubles can just be washed away when she just pretends that she's worth $15 million.
Okay, can I correct you? It's not washing away of the troubles. It's just a mindset thing that allows you to place true value on things when you're not chasing dollars all the time because you feel good.
So you pretend that you, whatever your issues are, you suddenly pretend in a fantasy world that you have $15 million in the bank and you've got no troubles. You can buy your way out of anything.
Yes.
And I thought of the word that I was looking for during our chat. And Roxanne brought this up first yesterday. We brought it up again a few minutes ago because I wanted Froggy to hear this since Froggy was out. And I've come up with the word that I was searching for.
Delusional.
Exactly.
Really?
That is the word. It's called delusional. You are delusional.
Yeah. That's fine. I will wear that proudly.
Thank you for
That's the point.
Thanks for guessing the word.
Yes, I'm delusional.
Hold on. I will wear delusional proudly.
Yes, because that's what it is. It's a game. It's not. I mean, there's, you ever, what's it called when you're watching a movie and you suspend your disbelief? What is it? Is that the term? The breaking the wall? What is it? Froggy knows. He's
suspended reality? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like you're operating in two different planes.
Early morons in the news. Let's go. Hey, Froggy, are you still friends with Big Lou?
Of course.
And is Big Lou still employed at
Sherwin-Williams?
Can you say that like people can understand it?
No. Actually, say it more mumbly.
Can you mumble it even more?
Say it like you had like a stroke.
Let's try it again.
Say it like you just had a dental procedure where they numbed your whole mouth.
Froggy, where does Big Lou work?
So,
yeah. Oh my God. Can you hum the answer instead of like,
I'm going to puke.
Let me try this again.
Oh, no.
Let me try this again. Froggy, where does Big Lou work?
Sherwin-Williams.
Thank you.
the paint store?
Ask now, ask how, ask Sherwin-Williams. Is that still their jingle? Do they still do? I don't know.
I don't know.
Does Big Lou know the guy that stole $47,000 worth of paint from Sherwin-Williams?
Yeah.
Which one did it happen at?
Oh,
Probably. He knows all those guys.
yeah. This is, I guess, up in Pasco. No, I'm sorry, Polk. It was out in Polk. An employee at Sherwin-Williams stole like 300 gallons of paint, according to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Yeah. Grinaldi Serrano Corraliza, a 34-year-old, was arrested earlier this week, according to the release from the Polk County Sheriff's Office, and they hit him with grand theft charges. Whoa. He was caught pilfering 300 gallons of stolen paint. So he was stealing it, and then he was, I guess, selling it to customers.
Like on the side?
Yeah.
Side hustle.
Yeah. So stolen property. They caught him loading stolen paint into, I guess, a customer's vehicle, but there was no official transaction at the store. So it sounds like, he was doing the little out the back door, and, maybe the paint customer got a big discount. They paid him cash. So he was allegedly using the Sherwin-Williams paint and inventory to just line his own pockets.
My other buddies runs that region, Nino. Maybe he knows the guy.
Oh, Nino?
Yeah.
Nino? Get me Nino on the phone. He's going to talk to Nino and see if he knows about this racket.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah, so apparently the Sherwin-Williams loss prevention regional manager said that this Corraliza confessed to stealing about $47,000 worth of paint.
Gee, that is so much paint.
47 grand in paint between January of this year, and they just, I guess, busted him. They figured out his racket in November, just last month.
How do you find that many people who want to do sketchy paint business?
Listen,
doesn't he get turned in the first couple of weeks?
And apparently for each missing gallon of paint, he put a little initial by it. So did he like build evidence against himself?
Or maybe
an idiot.
Maybe he just kind of fudged the inventory sheet, like maybe it was damaged or something. I don't know.
He cooked the books.
And apparently the dude that was busted for stealing the paint, he said that he needed the money in order to take care of his family.
All right, so is the guy who bought the paint from him,
well,
is he in trouble?
He might not even know.
Well, hang on a second. I don't know if it's just one person or if it's multiple customers that he was doing this little side deal on.
But supplying multiple, guys.
If you know that you're receiving property that is stolen, then you can be charged with receiving stolen property. There are absolutely statutes on the books that if you know that somebody is pilfering, somebody is ripping off their company and selling you the merch that so-called fell off the truck, you can get in trouble for receiving stolen property. Absolutely, Fester.
That's like a kid. I was getting gas a few years ago. We weren't doing the show at this time. And a kid came up to me and he goes...
So can you clarify? This is before the return of the MJ Morning Show in October of 2020.
And I was getting gas and a kid came up to me with a bike. He's like, hey, you want this bike for $10? I go, hell yeah. And I bought the bike from him for $10, brought it home. I didn't ask where he got it from, though. But he sold it to me for $10.
He probably ripped it off at Walmart and rolled it right out the front door.
It didn't look brand new. It looked like he stole it from somebody else.
Or he ripped it off from some other kid.
My kids didn't like it, though.
So where's the bike now?
I can't tell you that legally.
All right.
It's a piece of hot
stolen merchandise.
Unbelievable.
It's hot.
All right. Early morons in the news.
Hey,
just
a little sidebar. They play Q105 all the time at Sherwin-Williams anytime I'm there.
Wow.
Yeah. At work listeners.
Do you spend a lot of time at Sherwin-Williams?
Sometimes I have to go there. Doug sends me there.
Oh, which Sherwin-Williams location plays Q105?
I know that the one on Kennedy does.
Oh, yeah. So Kennedy... between West Shore and Dale Mabry.
Yes.
Between Lois and Dale Mabry, that's Sherwin-Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Big Lou's in Citrus Park, better.
Yeah,
Lou.
Right near La Segunda, right near where I work out. Today's a workout day for me at X-Force Body.
Dude, you want to get a workout, just go to Sherwin-Williams and start picking up 5-gallon bucket of paint.
Hey, Jimbo's Barbecue's right over there. You know, that's the Sherwin-Williams. I pass that all the time.
Yeah, right there.
And they play Q105.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I ought to just walk into the Sherwin-Williams and thank them because I'll pass by there twice today.
Yeah.
Going to my workout at X-Force Body and then leaving. Maybe I'll just stop in.
Yep.
Ask for the scoop on the pilferer.
Yeah. It wasn't their store. It was out in Polk
County.
Out in Polk County. Wow. So listen, I still have tons of stuff. I don't know what's going on locally, but we have you hear about the guy that whipped it out at Bell's?
Oh my gosh, we're hearing more whip it out stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of whip it out stuff going on.
Earlier in the week, we had the guy at the gym who was standing out with his junk hanging out.
Showing your balls at Bell's. What's going on? What's going?
Tis the season.
Fa la 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 la. All right. Would you like to know that story, folks? Would you like to know that story? Well, hold on. I'll get to that in just a second. So how often do you hang out at Sherwin-Williams on Kennedy?
Not that often, but sometimes I have to go in there and pay for paint or something. And like if Doug's out of town, he's like,
Doug is always out of town. If Doug is out of town more than he's actually in town.
Yep. He signed up for crazy and I signed up for travel.
Unbelievable.
But he's actually, he goes to Citrus Park one too. He always sends me clips when he's there. He'll hear us on.
So also at Citrus Park?
I think so. I'm going to text him and ask him
maybe it's a corporate mandate. Maybe all Sherwin-Williams stores have to play the MJ Morning Show in Q105. I don't know. All right, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, I still have additional local just whacked out stories like the exposure guy at Bell's. I don't think I've ever been into Bell's.
I've been to Bell's.
I've got a confession to make. All right, hold on to that thought.
It's a good store.
Back in a second. Listen, I don't doubt it. Back in a second, I'll explain. Fester's got a what?
I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a Bell's.
Yeah, look, hold on to that thought. Back in a second on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you're making a move, I don't want you to make the wrong move. And also, keep in mind, don't be selfish. You are armed with information. If you know somebody that is making a move, don't let them get caught up and potentially hosed by a bad moving company. They are out there. There are moving companies that people might know. It might be a name that's pretty prevalent, but it doesn't mean they're good. Now, twocollegebrothers.com is a moving company that thrives on rave reviews. Raving fans. Folks that utilize twocollegebrothers.com moving and storage, and they're so thrilled they just can't stop raving about it. In fact, they've got like a director of raving fans that puts together all the great reviews and everything. If you're making a move or if you know someone that's moving, to collegebrothers.com, get a quote. Call them up, get a quote, and then execute that move, and then be one of the raving fans because you're going to love their service. They just do a great job. They moved some stuff for me from my mom's place down in Fort Lauderdale right here to my house in Tampa, some furniture that's been in the family. They do a great job. If you're making a move or if you know somebody, tell them tocollegebrothers.com. Tocollegebrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. Now, if you want to go solar, you've thought about it, or hey, maybe you're obviously aware of solar energy, but you don't know really what the numbers are, what the calculations are. Let me get you to call our friends at Enhance Home Solutions. The phone number, all the contact information on the website. Do again. You know, when I hear that song, I think back to my college days and the video of Aha Take On Me on MTV with kind of like that black and white sketch art, you know, the animation, the whole Take On Me thing. And then there's that filter that popped up like in the last year or so, you know, and you see them on the Instagram. You know what I'm talking about? Where people take their like regular videos and they turn them into like the Aha video sketch animation. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to be a little more prevalent maybe 6, 8, 9, 10 months ago. But hey, Froggy, how is Miss Elizabeth doing?
She is wonderful. Almost a year old coming up in January.
I'm trying to think when the husband and wife brought the French bulldogs to the radio station and
Just gave her a bath when the water came on yesterday. She has stinky wrinkles.
Well, the reason why I'm asking Froggy, and we'll get to the pile of just insane local stories, and I'm telling you, it is like one after another. Get to that in a second. The reason why I'm asking this, Froggy, is Froggy has a French bulldog. They named it Miss Elizabeth.
Yes.
A listener of the show was a breeder. They brought like the whole litter by. They like 5 of them. Didn't they sell a couple of them in the building?
4 of them.
They sold 4 of them,
Well,
and these things weren't cheap. They were like $3,000 to $4,000 a pop.
Well worth every penny.
The reason why I'm asking is I got an email from Christine, and it's kind of odd. I got an email at mj@mjmorningshow.com, and folks, I encourage you, if you want to, listen, just say hello. You want to just say, hey, MJ, love the show, or any comments, questions.
You invite that?
Yeah.
Just hi.
I don't have any problem. Listeners say hello all the time. Hey, listening. Hey, thanks a lot. Whatever.
It's nice of you.
I love it. So my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. You can get a hold of me anytime. mj@mjmorningshow.com. I get all kinds of content. If you got content, you've got gossip, you've got some like inside information, you want to give me a confidential tip on something, just send me an email 24/7. mj@mjmorningshow.com. I got this email yesterday from Christine. Very short and sweet. Frenchies.
Frenchie's, the saltwater cafe.
I thought maybe it was the restaurant that has the big stone crab claws up hanging off the billboard. Your Frenchies.
Yeah, Frenchie's saltwater cafe.
I haven't been there in a while.
You haven't?
I haven't been there in a while, but I had lunch. I think Michelle and I had lunch with Kabrick like maybe 8 years ago or something.
They have great food.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, but Frenchie's is great.
Yeah.
I just haven't been out there in a while. So I get this email, and the professor, what is your look on your face?
I'm trying to think. What's the name of their soup?
She crab?
Yeah, the she crab soup.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I have an awesome recipe for she crab soup from the famous Henry's Seafood, Virginia Beach, Lynn Haven Inlet, circa 1976.
How important is the actual gender identification of the crab?
I have the premier she crab soup recipe from Tuffy from back in the day. Anyway, so back over to Frenchies. So I get this email, and the headline is Frenchies, and it's short and sweet. MJ, I have Frenchies to give away to a good home. Let me know. Christine.
So first you read it and you think, grouper sandwiches to give to a good home.
We'll take them all.
Yes.
Obviously, talking about the dogs, French bulldogs, Frenchies, which are in high demand. I mean, listen, Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot over the Frenchies. I mean, these are, there's a big kidnap issue. People worried about the dogs getting dog napped. But I send the note right back. Well, really, tell me more about this. What's the story? And I haven't heard a thing. So I responded yesterday, like late morning. A listener, Christine, says, Christine, if you're listening, what's the deal?
Yeah, what's up with that, Christine?
Answer me back.
Christine.
Answer. I'm telling you, if you've got Frenchies and you want to give them to a good home, I'm sure we can facilitate and help accommodate that. I'm sure there are plenty of listeners right now saying, MJ, find out more information.
Especially if they're free.
I would
You
love
said free?
Well, it said, look, you tell me, how would you interpret this email? MJ, I have Frenchies to give away to a good home. That seems to imply free.
Yeah. She's dumb.
So, Christine,
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
she's obviously not a keen business person because you can sell them for a reasonable price.
Anyway, Christine, you tantalize, you dangle this carrot. please respond back to me and let me know what the hell you're talking about. All right, this bizarre pile of local stories, which it's crazy. I'm just going to blow through these. I'm just going to go boom, 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 boom. So deputies in Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, they caught a guy exposing his balls of bells.
Exposing his bells of balls? What?
I don't know. Really?
He's the belle of the ball.
Really, son? 25 years old, and you're exposing yourself at bells. That is no way to go through life, son. No. Arrested on Sunday, allegedly exposed himself inside the Bell's outlet in Brandon. Hillsborough deputies, they were called to a trespassing call. This is at the Bell's out in Brandon on Brandon Boulevard. So according to this press release that I'm holding from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, you're going to love this. The suspect's name, all right, you got it? This dude, 25 years old, is exposing himself.
Right.
First name is Jarrett. His last name is Dickens.
Oh, no.
Dickens. The guy's exposing himself, and his last name is Dickens?
Yeah, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
What the hell?
He had no choice but to do this crime.
Yeah,
It's in my family name.
They said
Keep your dick in. I'm sorry. Jump that. I'm sorry.
Not every.
I was trying to say his last name.
Okay. All right, Rox. Okay.
All right.
We know you get excited around these stories, Roxanne. We appreciate that.
I was trying to give him a warning.
You're having control issues lately.
No, freedom. It's called freedom.
Oh. So anyway, he exposed himself apparently on November 25th. So the deputies, they were called for a trespassing call. I guess he went back. And they were trying to detain him. And listen to this, Dickens forcefully shoved a deputy and then ran and tried to exit the store. Then HCSO, they called in the canine units. They tracked this Dickens to a wooded area near Hilltop Road, not far from the Bells.
Okay.
And they got him. Hey, come out, hands up. We're going to let the dogs after you. It's not going to be pleasant.
You don't want the dogs to get you when your junk is hanging out.
Bit him right on the Dickens.
Really?
No, I don't know. But that would be just even a greater self-fulfilling prophecy, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office said that this guy Dickens was fingered as the guy that exposed himself. Ew. And I guess this is the second time at least that he's been exposed for, or he's been arrested for exposing his junk. So thanks to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the aviation unit, the canine squad, for taking this Dickens into custody for exposing his balls of bells.
You figure he'd be popular in jail.
Balls
at bells, bells at balls. I mean, with the holiday, with the trimetry section that they have up now, I mean, there are balls in every island bells.
Yes.
You know what else? I mean, even though that's a bad story because we don't want people doing that, it's actually a Christmas story.
Yeah, that's very...
Bells at balls and Dickens, the Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens. Listen, and thanks for saying that we don't want people to expose themselves at stores.
Speak for yourself.
Speak
for yourself.
It's a very important thing.
I went to a Ross Dress for Less. I would love to have had a guy just hanging it out.
What are you saying?
I think that's fantastic. Go ahead.
What are you saying?
I want to be around chaos. Listen, if you guys want to expose
yourself, you shop at JC Penis then. I'm sorry, JC Penney's. I'm sorry. All right. Then we have this woman here in St. Petersburg calls 911 and said, I just want attention. Yeah, you can't call 911 because you're lonely, because you want attention. Yeah, a woman has been arrested for making false 911 calls. Nancy Duckworth. What are you laughing at?
Who's her uncle, like Scrooge McDuck?
61 years old. Yeah, she called to apparently report a traumatic injury. And according to the St. Pete police, the first responders, fire and rescue, they show up. And then she says, there's nothing wrong with me. So she calls 911 and says, there's a traumatic injury. You know, they run code, they get out there, woo, and then up, just kidding. Nothing wrong with me. What the heck?
I just wanted some attention.
So she admits, nope, I just called you. I didn't really need you guys. She was read her rights. You know, you have the right to remain silent. And she told the officers after she was read her Miranda rights, she says, yeah, you know what? I just like to call 911 because you get a lot of attention.
Oh, my
What
God.
is you?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Listen, it's a great way to meet men.
Okay. Yeah, this happened in...
Fester's not wrong.
I mean, you call
not wrong.
911 if you want to meet some guys.
No, you don't call 911 if you're a woman looking to meet guys.
Listen, if
and you
you-
want to meet the firefighters or the EMTs. You don't do that.
Yeah, but
You want to meet a guy with a good job, with benefits, probably a mustache. You call 911 and have EMS come
True.
out, and you'll meet some fellas. You'll meet some guys.
And some
yeah.
tight khaki shorts like Reno 911 or something, right?
Oh, now you're making a joke out of all
at a
this.
porn stash.
Now you're making a joke.
Well, because you're making a joke.
No, I'm not.
No, it's true. It's
Yes.
true, MJ. The last time I called 911, that's what happens. Like a team full of
Mustache guys show up.
Yeah.
fit,
good-looking guys.
employed,
Have something going on.
benefits.
What
Yeah,
the?
that's
All
right.
right.
They're gonna get retirement. Yeah, that's right.
7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show. We got to talk about cookies. We got to talk about Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. I got a pile of Christmas tree stuff we got to get to. Relationship advice on the MJ Morning Show. I'm just looking at. Oh, there's an update. Remember the Chinese dude, the USF student that injected the poison underneath the door of the
Yes.
family at the apartment complex?
Yeah, that was awful.
Major update on this deal. Major update. Hang on. All on the way. We've got Rolling Stones tickets to give away in the 9 o'clock hour. Stones coming to Orlando in June. We got your free tickets. 9 o'clock hour. Back in minutes, folks. Don't move. We're loaded. Hour and 20 minutes. No commercials, no music next. We go nonstop as we do every single day. I am driving. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 725, almost 726. Actually, right now, 726 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's go. Hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now, and you can count on it like clockwork around this time every single morning. No music, no commercials for an hour and 20.
Oh, hold on a second.
Jeez. You need to get that?
Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Hey, honey. Yes. Yes, I'm at work.
Jeez.
Yes, we're on the radio. Okay. All right. Hey, Hudson, have a great day. All right, Daddy
Can
loves
that
you.
ring be louder?
All right, goodbye. All right, Hadley, have a wonderful day. All right, remember, don't take any crap from anybody. Okay, Daddy loves you. All right, goodbye. All right.
Can we resume now?
All right.
Hang up!
All right, goodbye. All right, so there. All right, sorry.
Can you please
I have
put
my
your
phone
phone on
I have
vibrate?
my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I guess numbers that are in my phone book get through.
How about turning your phone on silent? Where was I?
I forget. It's something like an hour
starting
and 20 minutes.
Starting an hour and 20
No
minutes of
commercials.
Festus phone ringing in the middle of the show. That's what starts right now.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, Dennis Phillips is going to call us in about, or I'm going to call him. We'll figure it out. Dennis Phillips from ABC Action News. My wife calls him Mr. Suspenders. Dennis Phillips, the chief meteorologist at ABC Action News. We'll have him on at 8 o'clock. Do you know that he's famous for his Christmas display at his house?
I did not know that.
Clark
Yeah.
Griswold?
Well, essentially, he's the Clark Griswold of weather guys. And, hey, why don't you bring that up? Why don't you call him Clark Griswold when we have...
Oh, don't worry.
Well,
He hasn't heard it before.
We'll have Dennis Phillips on about 8 o'clock. He, gives out his home address. Seriously. I mean, he tells people, and then he's got, free hot chocolate night coming up at his house. You, go to his house and you get free hot chocolate.
That's cool.
And
That's
see
awesome.
the crazy Griswold Christmas light display
That's awesome.
at his place in Palm Harbor, and we'll talk to him at about 8 o'clock, a little over a half an hour from right now here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, I got some dating deal breakers, some dating advice I want to get to, and then I got a pile of Christmas tree and Christmas related stories that I want to get to here momentarily. I've got listener email. I got 2 emails that I want to share in just a bit here on the MJ Morning Show. So let's just dive in. First of all, dating deal breakers. This is one of these Reddit subgroups. Reddit is really, it's been popular for years and years, but Reddit is, you notice that Reddit in the last 6-8 months maybe, Reddit's getting even more attention. And it seemed to be more of a subculture. And now Reddit, with all of the threads and all of the discussions about you name it.
It's on there.
You name it, it's on Reddit.
Somebody's talking about it.
Exactly.
And somebody's replying back to it.
Exactly. And it's just getting more prevalent. More people that were never on Reddit are now searching, or they're seeing threads or groups or something they're researching on Reddit. And again, listen, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Just because it's on Reddit doesn't mean it's accurate. I don't think I'd bet the farm on everything but it's getting a lot of attention. And on one of the dating threads on Reddit, the one of the popular threads is no stupid questions.
Yes.
Have you seen that one?
Just be able to ask anything you like.
One of the big ones is, am I the bleep hole? Where you did something and maybe there was a very bad reaction. Then you tell the story on Reddit. Hey, this happened. Am I the bleep hole here? So that's very popular. But these are dating deal breakers. And the person that wrote this wants to know, are my dating deal breakers too strict? Now, I would like for women to pay attention to this, because it's the guy writes, I'm a 29-year-old straight man who has been actively dating since I turned 18. In that time, I've met a wide array of women and have constructed a short deal breaker list to help me determine suitability early in the dating stage. I showed this list to a friend who said that it was too strict and quite discriminatory. Here it is. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to read, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 10 bullet points. And I want to read this guy's dating deal breaker list. And I'd love to hear from women on what you think of this guy. 29-year-old dude. What do you think of this guy's list? Is it too restrictive? Is the guy just a jerk? What do you think? So listen to the list and then call in. 800-990-1047. Let me give you the list. I'll give you the number again in a sec. Listen to the list first. So here's his list of deal breakers. Number 1, has cheated in a past relationship. I don't know how you would necessarily know that unless that came up in conversation.
Yeah, eventually you might figure that out or talk about it.
Why are you not with your ex anymore? Well, I cheated on him, and well, it just, we broke up. And, all right, so that's number 1. If you've cheated in a past relationship, deal breaker. Number 2, takes recreational drugs on a regular basis.
I mean, that's a good sort of
What's a
thing to have in place.
Well, somebody who
that's
occasionally smokes marijuana? Is it something they're out?
Well, that would recreational marijuana. That's recreational drugs on a regular basis. That would be a deal breaker.
But I don't think that's, if that's what's important to him.
Yeah,
that's good that he's putting that out there.
Okay.
Number 3, has an incurable sexually transmitted disease.
Oh.
Again.
Number 4, is currently in a situationship.
You just glossed right over number 3.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's delve into it.
I
was processing that.
How much do you want?
I don't know.
What else is there to say?
I don't know.
Right.
Incurable STDs were kind of run the gamut.
Number 4, is currently in a situationship. I don't know if I've ever heard that term.
Yeah,
a situationship?
That's a cutesy term.
For a relationship?
It's kind of like, what is that category that people put? It's complicated. Isn't a situationship like it's complicated?
Like a friend with benefits?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Okay. So here's the explanation. Currently in a situationship or has a friend with benefits.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's exactly what. Next, has low standards of hygiene.
Oh.
Next, deal breaker, is a sex worker.
Wow. I mean, I can't believe this guy has to make this list.
I want to date an escort.
Okay.
Whether online or in person. So it's actually delineated. So if you're a sex worker, it's going to be a dating deal breaker. Whether you're an online sex worker, was it like OnlyFans or whatever, or in person. And then the last 2, has extreme political views, deal breaker for dating. And then finally, is a single mother to 1 or more children. Hold on. Wait a minute. Why do you even have to put to 1 or more children if a deal breaker is a single mother?
Period.
How about I'm not going to date an idiot? This guy can't. No, but all of his things are reasonable.
All right, hold on to that phone.
Okay.
Let me give out the phone number. So, ladies, women, what do you think of this guy's dating deal breaker list? You just heard him. Would you like to comment on this guy? What are your thoughts? Would your dating deal breaker be this dude's list? All right. 800-990-1047. I would like to just get a variety of women calling in, different ages, different walks of life. What are your thoughts on this guy's list? 29-year-old straight man, actively dating since 18, and this is his list. He says he showed it to a friend, and the friend said, ooh, that's too strict and it's discriminatory. So where do you stand? Any observations, any conclusions, anything maybe that we didn't comment on? 800-990-1047. Fire up the phones right now. Give me your thoughts on this list. 800-990-1047. That's 800-990-1047. Every line is ringing. Festa, bring up the screener while Andrew screens. And Roxanne, yes,
Okay.
before I go to calls.
First overall thought is I don't think there's anything wrong with him having that list if that's what he wants. I mean, you can make a reason for all of them. Like, hey, I've gone my whole adult life without any STDs. I don't want to sign up for any. Everything that he says makes sense. My question is, how does he go about getting this information from his prospective date.
Confirming or
Right.
that it's the truth. I mean, because listen, anyone can tell you anything.
Right. And is he like cheesy about it? Like,
I mean,
hey,
listen, you're going to find out if they've got a kid or more at some point.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, you'll find out
Yes.
if they have an STD or more at some point as well.
True.
True.
I mean, yeah, listen,
Okay.
what's this?
But the thing that I really want to get into that we could make its own topic is that he doesn't want to date a woman with children.
Okay.
I find that interesting, but it is true because my guy friends who get divorced and they have kids, I'm like, listen, you're good because a woman wants a man who has kids because it shows the signs of responsibility and that they can care for things. But a woman who has children is not as valuable in the dating market.
So
And
a guy with
and it
kids
stinks,
is an
but-
attraction. A woman with children is a deterrent.
Is baggage, basically.
Well,
but
that's not fair.
it's not fair, but it's the world we live in. But I have to tell you,
I don't want to live in that world.
I know, me neither. Well, the thing is, though, if I was,
Festa, what's the look of horror on your face?
I'm waiting for these calls. I'm looking at all these women lining up, waiting to tee off on this guy.
Let's go.
Let's do it. We'll start with Amy in Largo. Amy, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Good morning, guys. Love you all. Been listening for a while. I'm hoping you're having a great day.
We are. Same to you. All right. What do you think about this guy's deal breaker list?
I got to tell you, some of the questions are kind of okay. Like, definitely don't want to date a drug dealer for sure, or a pothead.
Well, it was
Sorry about that.
it didn't say drug dealer. It
was-
said recreational drug
I
user.
mean,
Yeah.
a dealer would obviously be out, Amy.
Yeah, and a sex worker. Maybe you're mixing them
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the sex worker, too. I don't know. Sex worker, they might be good for him. I don't know.
Loosen him up.
I don't know. I feel like this guy's list is just weird, and I really don't think he's going to find anyone with this type of list.
So you think the list is too restrictive and it essentially cuts out virtually everybody?
Almost in this day and age.
Yeah.
Almost.
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, Amy, are you married? Are you dating? What's your status?
I am married for almost 30 years now.
Wow, fantastic. Hey, Michelle and I, we're going to hit 30 years in June, so we might be in the...
No, happy anniversary early.
Yeah, well, call me back in June, see if we're still together. All right? Thank you,
Love
Amy.
guys. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Leslie's in Valrico. Leslie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
We are well. What do you think of the deal breaker list?
I'm going to tell you a little bit of a different spin because I have two adult sons who have recently been out of very long-term relationships who are back in the dating world. And I kind of applaud this guy a little bit for knowing exactly what he wants and what he doesn't want, and he's not afraid to say it. So I got to give him a little props because that's the advice I'm giving my sons right now. Know what you want and what you don't want, and don't be afraid to stand on that.
It's not like his list is shallow.
I mean,
it's like
he's-
pretty basic, like no sex workers.
Right.
No, yeah.
I mean, I don't want an STD. Sorry.
All right, listen, hang on a minute. There are things on this list that are very common, and there are things on the list that are not very common. I don't think that a woman being a sex worker, either online or in real life, in person, I don't think that's a very common item. That's a very small percentage of women it's a tiny sliver of society
real
that are
niche.
sex workers. But no, there are a lot of other things on the list that could be very prevalent and prominent.
Hey, in today's day and age, maybe he's considering like the OnlyFans type of.
That's what I said.
know.
I said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
I said that 10 minutes ago.
Just thinking about that.
Hi. Hey, thanks for the call, Leslie.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You
Merry
too.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And I've got the Christmas tree pile in just a second, which I find pretty fascinating. Trish is in Land O'Lakes. Trish, MJ Morning Show. What do you think about the deal-breaking dating list?
I think it's absolutely fabulous. I'm going to tell you why. He's 29 years old.
Yep.
He's ready to settle down, and it sounds like he did a lot of that stuff on the list, and now he knows what he does not want to marry.
So you think this is a guy that has an absolute plan in place. He has a clear direction, a clear vision. He knows what he wants, and you're giving the guy credit.
Absolutely. I think he did it all, and he knows what he wants. And you know what? If he has a wife and he leaves her alone in a room, he wants to make sure that that wife belongs to him and not someone else. And that relates to the sex worker.
And Trish, what part of New York are you from?
Long Island.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, what part of Long Island are you from? How long you been?
Ronkonkoma.
Ronkonkoma! Love the guy on the train that says, Ronkonkoma! How long you been in Land O'Lakes? How long you been in town?
Since 2006.
Yeah.
Well, a long time. Anyway, hey, listen, Trish, thanks for calling in. I highly appreciate it.
Hey, thanks. Have a great day as well.
You too. New York Center's out in Ronkonkoma, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Andrea in Bradenton. Andrea, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, how y'all doing today?
We are well. So we got the deal breaker list here. Hey, Andrew, enough on the calls because, man, the phone just blew up on this. So I'm going to finish with Andrea, Kerry, Andy, Emily, and then I got to move on because we got a lot of stuff today. So, Andrea, where are you on this list? And listen, I'm not saying are you on the list as a sex worker or anything or a drug user, but where do you stand on this guy's list?
You never know. So I'm 62 years old. I have 3 daughters. If my daughters were dating this guy, I would tell them to run. I understand. I understand that you're looking for this perfect person, but right now I feel like it's like, okay, he's type A, and he's a control freak, and he's setting up all these very, very high expectations. And life isn't perfect. People aren't perfect, and if he's got this list, God forbid, if this woman didn't, live up to these expectations that he had already set up for her, I think it would be a miserable relationship.
Thanks for the input, Andrea. 62. You sound like you're 32, but hey, and
oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, I love the demographic spread on the show. So Andrea says she's 62. Thanks for the call, Emily in Tampa says she's 20. I mean, look, we've got the best demographic spread of any morning show in this entire market. Emily, you're 20?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and Emily, what do you think of this guy's dating list?
I think they're all valid reasons. Like, I don't want to be with someone who's a sex worker and like the STDs on. And like, what else is there?
Well, what about the one where there's like the side rider, somebody you're trying to be in a relationship and they have a friend with benefits on the side?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
See?
And also, if you cheated in a past relationship, the guy says it's a deal breaker.
He's like unloyal then.
Yeah. So, if you don't mind, Emily, what is your status? You're 20 years old. What is your dating status?
I'm single.
Any boyfriend? Do you date at all or no?
No.
So you're not even. Why aren't you dating?
Mainly like school.
All right. So, all right, listen, well, good luck in school, and let us know if you get a date.
Thanks. Maybe I can come on the MJ show.
Now we're good.
We'll manage.
Hey, Emily, what do you mean come on the MJ show? What do you mean by that?
Let me join your podcast.
Oh, join the show. Well, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Sure.
the live show, the podcast, whatever you want. Emily, thanks for listening.
Yeah, we have an opening on Indeed.com to send your application.
Thanks, Emily.
Well, listen, of course, we're live every morning. But listen, that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
20 years old, do younger folks consider what we're doing here a podcast? I mean, we are a podcast because the entire show every day by 11 a.m., this entire live show, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hours, the whole show is put into podcast form. So, maybe younger generation, they consider what we do we're a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, what we do, and this is what ticks me off. First of all, everyone thinks they're a podcaster. Anyone that has a freaking cell phone thinks they're a podcaster these days. There are so many podcasts out there. Most of them get 0 listens, and there are only a few successful podcasts out there, or anyone that's making any real money. But ultimately, the perception of, the younger listeners we're a podcast. And I'm telling you right now that what we do live on this radio show and then what becomes our podcast every single day, this is better than 99.9% of the podcast crap that's out there. Because the bulk of it is crap. All right, 2 more calls. Kerry and Andy. Kerry and Brandon. Wrapping this thing up on the dating deal breaker, dude. What are your thoughts?
Good morning. I'm in my 40s. I also have a list, but I am a single mom, so I understand. He's 29. He doesn't want to have a woman that has kids. He wants someone that has free time because I don't have a lot of free time. But I have a list of my own, so I don't really blame him. But he better be worth it. That's all I got to say.
So
Good
you're
answer.
you're in your 40s. Would 29 be too young for you?
Absolutely. I don't have time to raise another child.
I love that answer. Don't have time to raise another kid. Thank you, Carrie. And then finally, we'll grab Andy and Largo and then move on. Andy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey.
You always save the best for last. How are you?
Oh, love the best for last. Go, Andy.
I was really on board with his list, and I liked the idea that he knew what he wanted right up until the single mom. You know what? Sometimes life happens, and I think he's missing out on a demographic that at 29 is still quite viable for him.
Yeah, there are some awesome women that have a kid or two or more that would be probably an
Yes.
awesome match, and he's excluding potentially some real winners.
Exactly. But
All
I
right.
mean, most of the list seems very basic, and sounds like he's got principles, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
All right, thank you, Andy. Have a great day. Thanks for being last and very good.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I don't
Okay.
know. That STD one, though, man. He's like, maybe.
I got to
Sure.
tell you guys something.
Yes. Oh, jeez, Roxanne.
This is great.
You're already laughing.
Yeah. Okay. So when I got divorced when I was 29, right? And so I made my own list. Okay. And then I told one of my girlfriends, I'm like, this is great. I made my list and I'm just like bringing people into my life who, check these boxes or whatever. And then so she made her list. And my list was probably so cheesy. It was like, oh, gets me and is passionate and romantic, stupid stuff like that. Right. So then she makes her list and it was like, not in jail, has a car, doesn't owe money to the IRS, isn't behind on child support payments.
That's a legitimate list.
That is kind of legit.
Dude, has own transportation. That's
I was like, no,
that's a deal.
You got to set your goals higher.
All right, as we move along on the MJ Morning Show.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches, oh Christmas tree.
Well, obviously, we're going to talk about Christmas trees right now. And it's just interesting of late, just like this compendium, this like pile of similar items. I don't know what has happened. The last couple of days, I've got like 10 Christmas tree related stories.
Tis the season.
It is. Tis the season.
I mean, if you had these in April, that'd be really, really weird. But right now, I kind of expect it.
I love this. Imagine you get the Christmas tree, you set it up in your house, and 4 days after you bring the Christmas tree into your house, you discover there's a baby owl in your tree in your house.
That's so cool.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so adorable. Oh, I've got an adorable animal story personally to tell in a few minutes.
That poor baby
Yeah,
owl. I mean,
yeah.
the way they handle these live trees, they throw them around, they throw them in the netter, they put them on top of your car.
Now, Michelle, my lovely wife, she loves owls. And I had to tell her that they're actually mean, little, vicious, little,
They're predators.
Owls are.
They're not mean to humans. I've never heard anybody get their eyes gouged out by an owl.
Owls are adorable, but owls are not friendly. Owls will peck your brain out, I believe. Seriously. All right, Fester, go to Google.
Death by owl?
No. Well, close. Go to Google.
Right?
Just go to Google.
I'm here.
And then type in, are owls friendly?
All right.
One time, Doug found an owl on the road and took it to a vet.
Oh, that's
Like
lovely.
a big owl.
Okay.
Is that why he's missing his left eye? Is that why he's got a Sammy Davis glass eye?
According to Google, owls are solitary, cranky, unfriendly animals.
Exactly.
Especially once mature.
Oh, man, there's a video on YouTube, how to survive an owl attack. Look at that. The first thing that comes up.
Let me finish reading this. Very young owls may appear cute and friendly, especially if they know you and you've been taking care of them. But the most that an adult owl will do is grudgingly tolerate your existence. They're actually one of the least social birds. And my lovely wife, Michelle, is fascinated. There's this owl up in New York that was, I think, in Central Park. Hold on. Let me... Michelle, do me a favor. If you're listening and if you're watching MJTV, text me. What is the name of the owl in New York that got loose, or they're trying to? It was in Central Park, and then it got scared and went down to the East Village and was like on somebody's windowsill looking in. I mean, Is
it Falco?
No, it's not Falco. That's the guy that did Rock Me Amadeus. Rock Me Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus.
Okay.
Rock Me Amadeus.
There's a video from Pix 11. Falco
No.
Owl.
No, it's not Falco. It's Flacco.
Oh.
It's not
Flacco.
Yeah, it's Flacco the owl. Yeah. You threw him. We called it Falco.
My apologies.
Yes. No, it's Flacco.
I was way off. My apologies to the owl.
It didn't register. So, yeah, it's Flacco. Flacco the owl. Anyway, so this family in Kentucky, they pick up the Christmas tree, and it's in their house for 4 days before. I guess their housekeeper said, "Hey, you've got an owl in your tree. It's a baby owl." Man, so does that mean the tree was cut down? That's got to be a pretty fresh tree then. It's cut down by the Christmas tree farm. Then it's transported. The owl's still in the tree. You buy the tree on the lot, you take it home, and the owl is still in your tree?
Where did this happen?
In Kentucky.
Maybe the owl went in the tree when it was already in the lot. And it was like, ooh, look at it.
That's a possibility. Who's going to buy this tree?
Ric Flair owl.
And then the owl said, "How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Bomb?"
A 1. A 2.
So I thought that was funny.
I got more follow-up from the owl story from Doug. He hit it while he was driving. It swooped down in front of him.
Sweet.
And then,
isn't this a fairly recent story? Weren't we during the show when this happened?
No.
With the owl?
No,
Okay.
This was a while ago. And then he said that fortunately an old neighbor had a huge dog travel cage, so he put it in the dog travel cage and took it to the vet on Barris.
Yeah, Fester, Michelle is listening because she just did text me Flacco the owl about 3 minutes ago.
Well,
Yeah.
Michelle.
All right, next Christmas tree story.
Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches.
Why are Christmas trees so expensive this year? Has anyone gone out? Have you purchased your tree, Roxanne? Didn't last year you guys went to like Home Depot or something and bought a tree on sale?
Yeah, we did.
Was that the story?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I didn't say
The way you said it, didn't you buy a Christmas tree on sale?
No.
Don't you have a coupon for one?
You know what? You have a great memory. Your memory is better than mine because as you just tell that, I think I was disappointed in it. This year, this tree is much better.
Where did you guys get your tree this year?
Same place, Lowe's. We always get them at Lowe's.
Lowe's, okay.
Yes.
Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. And is it like a Douglas fir or something, or what'd you get?
I don't know.
Just a green tree, is that it?
That's Doug and the kids.
Screw that. I got a nice artificial tree. Nothing going to burn down in my house.
Yeah, but prices are up. So if you're noticing that the live Christmas trees are even more expensive, they are. Labor costs. You know, they're blaming the Canadian wildfires.
That's a lot of inventory that's been eliminated. Yes.
But how many of the Christmas trees in the United States come from Canada? Maybe some of the ones like in Wisconsin, Maine, New England. How many Canadian Christmas trees are here in Florida? I don't think there are that many. I think the bulk of the Christmas trees that show up in Florida on these lots are like North Carolina grown or something, right?
Yeah, but if the northern U.S. doesn't get their trees, then the Carolina distribution has to cover that.
All right, so Christmas trees are much more expensive this year. Prices have been steadily rising, but people are saying that this year Christmas trees are even more expensive than ever. So people are saying they're paying the most they've ever paid for a live Christmas tree. And then finally, what kind of a Grinch sicko would rip off somebody's Christmas tree that's tied to the roof of their vehicle while they're in another store? What the heck? This is terrible. This is out in California, San Mateo. There's surveillance video from the parking lot. This is Bay Area, San Mateo, which, by the way, I can highly recommend San Mateo Pizza in New York.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, Upper East Side. If you're looking for a great Napoli Neapolitan,
I'm actually not.
San Mateo. Yes, you are,
No.
and you'll like it.
No,
Yes, you will. It's San Mateo, Upper East Side. Awesome. 90th and 2nd Avenue.
What's it called again?
San Mateo.
Oh, okay.
Just like the city where this Christmas tree was ripped off. Listen, you know I'm a pizza nut. So a Bay Area couple out in California, they were running errands. They picked up the tree. The tree was tied to the roof of their Volvo SUV, and somebody cut the white rope off
Look
of
at this video.
Yes, literally, it's in the parking lot. Look at this. Fesser's got the video up. The guy is cutting the rope of the Christmas tree, which is tied to the roof of the car, in a parking lot while they're running errands, and then just steals the tree. Look, and this guy's driving like a. Is that like a?
That's the Infinity?
That's it's the huge Infinity SUV. The guy's in this Infinity SUV.
He isn't very quick about it, is he?
He's taking his sweet ass time.
He is.
Because now what he's doing is he's waiting. He cut the ropes.
Now, so he's letting it cool off.
Letting it cool down,
A
right.
little bit of cool off to make sure they're not coming.
Now he's coming back out.
So first he got out of his car. And again, I think it's important here. He's driving the big, expensive, the largest Infinity SUV. So what is that? Like a $70,000, $75,000 SUV? It's an expensive SUV.
Now he's rolling it off the top of the Volvo.
So
it's in the net,
right,
on the Christmas tree net. So it's easy to grab.
All the branches are compressed. They run it through that on the lot. They run it through that little device that then puts all the branches together. So the dude gets out of the SUV. He cuts the white nylon rope tying the tree to the roof of this like a Volvo SUV, and then he goes back to his car. Okay, I've cut the rope. Let me see, make sure the coast is clear. Gets back into his car. Then he gets out of his SUV and then takes it off, shoves it in the back of his SUV, and then takes off. Who the hell steals somebody's Christmas tree off the roof of their car in a parking lot at a shopping center?
Wow.
That guy.
That's low.
Is that Look, and then he drives off. It is unbelievable. You see this meticulous maniac. By the way, the guy that had the Christmas tree stolen,
Yeah.
first name's Jesus.
Oh.
Well, Jesus. Can you believe this?
Really?
It's for my birthday and everything.
Jesus and his wife picked up the Christmas tree in San Mateo. Then they stopped at a shopping center to run some errands. And then while they're in the store in the park, the guy steals a Christmas tree right off the roof. Who does this?
I mean, they're going to find this guy. I mean, how many big white Infinities are there with a guy smelling like pine?
That is awful. Now, as of now, they haven't identified the guy. But come on, how can they? This happened last weekend in San Mateo, California. That is just terrible.
He's going to be on the naughty list, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're here yet, but did you see the item that's kind of circulating? Subway sandwich shops. Now they're rolling out a foot-long cookie. Did you see this?
No, but you have my undivided attention.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, MJ, don't sleep on Subway's cookie game. Subway has excellent cookies.
Well, now they're coming out with a foot-long chocolate chip cookie. Actually, they're coming out with a bunch of things, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, because some people are poo-pooing this. Oh, but Subway's new foot-long chocolate. And is somebody going to measure that cookie to make sure it is actually a foot long?
The first damn thing I'm doing.
Because remember, Subway got in trouble. Remember that some of the subs, like 5, 8, 10 years ago, whatever it was, remember the whole $5 foot long. And then they were touting the foot long subs, and then people were measuring the subs, and some of the subs were coming in like at 11 and a half inches.
That's not a foot long.
But exactly. But there were I think there was some lawsuits or class action. There was a whole big shebang, a big to-do about the Subway $5 footlongs not being actually a foot long.
Oh, my God. Look at these foot long cookies. They look so good.
They really do.
So they rolled them out. I want to say they were rolled out first in like New York and I think Washington, D.C. So they have some early markets where the Subway foot-long chocolate chip cookies, and they're elongated. It's like the shape is like a sub roll. So it's a cookie that's like long like a sub roll. That's the shape of this thing.
All right, hold on. This is only in 4 stores.
Well, hang on a minute. That's what I said. They've rolled it out in a couple of places.
1 store in Chicago, Dallas, Miami, and another one in New York.
Right. But wait a
Oh.
minute. This is the early, the early splash.
You got to do testing.
They're rolling it out nationwide in February. So the foot-long cookies, I guess they're going to have cookies, churros, and pretzels. So they're introducing a new dessert line at Subway, and it's 4 locations right now. But the point is that it's rolling out nationwide to all 17 million Subway locations in the United States. And I'm not far off with that number. So it's rolling out in February. But the point I'm trying to make is that some folks here are making like a little stink. Oh, the cookies are frozen. They're coming in frozen. Let me tell you right now, and I'm not a huge Subway consumer. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I had Subway.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago. I haven't had a Subway. I have nothing against Subway.
Just not in my
Not
in my circle.
I'm not a huge sub consumer. Like I had my first pub sub. Remember what? 3-4 months. Remember I talked about it on the air. I had I had my first pub sub ever, just months ago at Publix. But listen, my kids love Jimmy John's. They both of them love Jimmy John's. And my kids are into subs more than I am.
Yeah.
Like I've had a bite of theirs. Like Jersey Mike's, I've never had a Jersey Mike sub, but those are supposed to be pretty good. But anyway, some folks are kind of like poo-pooing the whole Subway deal. Oh, the cookies come in frozen. And I just wanted to point something out, that frozen things many times are phenomenal. For instance, some of the best French bread that I've ever had is like frozen, kind of like par-baked and frozen. And I can't remember the brand, but there is a brand of, Cash and Carry, then
Sweet Bay?
Sweet Bay used to have it. Those breads, you've seen them, the breads that come in the red bag, and there was a whole different variety of different, and I don't even know if they're sold in the Tampa Bay area. I know that I see them all the time out west, like in like Kroger stores in Colorado. They've had them, but it's a brand of bread, and I forgot the name. It's a sort of a Frenchy kind of name, and it comes in a red bag.
Is it Stouffer's?
No, it's not. I'm not talking about
frozen French bread.
No, I'm not
French
talking
bread pizza.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking.
Some fine edible food.
All right, hang on. Let me finish my story here. And I got to call Dennis Phillips in a second. So the point I'm trying to make is whatever that bread is that they used to have at the supermarket in the red bags, and they had like French bread, they had ciabatta, they had like a white country loaf. They had all different. Those things came in frozen.
Okay.
And then the store would like bake them and then slip them in the bag, and they were phenomenal. And there's a bread that a lot of restaurants, a great flaky, crispy bread that like baguettes or that restaurants will use. And there's a brand name, and my dad knows what it is, but it's a frozen bread that food service companies sell to restaurants. It's fantastic. And the last point I want to make, for those that are like saying, oh, but the Subway foot-long cookies are going to be frozen, I told a story about Michelle. Michelle uses the Jacques Torres New York Times chocolate chip cookie recipe, which is the best recipe on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
If you want the best chocolate chip cookie ever, go to Google, type in New York Times Jacques Torres chocolate chip cookie recipe. That is the last chocolate chip cookie recipe you'll ever need. So when Michelle makes the dough, she'll cook some fresh stuff for a couple of days, but then she freezes the balls. And we just, you find that funny?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
She keeps her balls on ice.
So listen, literally 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, and I talked about this, we still have from maybe a year ago a bunch of frozen chocolate chip cookie balls in the fridge or in the freezer, rolled them up, preheated the oven 400, take out the cookie sheet, you put them down, and you bake, and they're fantastic. A year later, frozen, chocolate chip cookie balls are just stupendous. They're incredible. So, listen, frozen stuff can be just fine, is the point I'm trying to make.
That's a hell of a way to get to the point.
And you know what? I think that is it. I think it's Vide de France. I think that is, Fester, I think you found it. I think it's Vide de France is the frozen French bread. That is fantastic.
Vide de France?
Yep.
Subways are not served on Vide de France.
That is it.
I eat Wonder Bread.
Let me get Dennis Phillips on the line, who should be waiting for our call. Hang on a minute. Let me bring up Dennis's cell number here. Dennis Phillips from ABC Action News. 727. Essentially, Dennis Phillips wants to invite you to his house for hot chocolate.
That's nice.
Hello?
Dennis Phillips.
MJ, what's up?
ABC Action News chief meteorologist. I'm just talking to the guys here and Roxanne in the studio, and I just said, I don't know if you're listening right now, but I said, essentially, attention all listeners, Dennis Phillips wants to invite you to his house for hot chocolate.
You know, when the call first came in, I'm like, wait a minute, did I miss a hurricane? Is there something going on here that I didn't know about? But, yeah, we changed our attention from hurricanes to hot chocolate and popcorn in December. It's a true story. I mean, we were having this conversation a couple days ago because, you know, MJ, you're a little more protective, I guess it is, of you know, where you live. And
listen, Dennis, I don't want people to know where I live. I mean, I try to, you know,
Why?
keep it.
Who cares?
Well, no, I try to, you know, keep it quiet. I don't. But Dennis, you have a Clark Griswold-like Christmas display, and you invite people to your house. Dennis, you even give out your address during the weather?
Yeah. I mean, my take is, look, if we're going to spend all the time that we do to put up the decorations, and the neighborhood that I live in, which, by the way, is Indian Trails in Palm Harbor off of Alderman Road.
Right.
And it's just the whole neighborhood does a really huge Christmas display. And my take is, if we're going to spend all that time and effort doing it, you know, I want as many people to see it as possible. So the HOA isn't real thrilled about it because, I mean, I go on TV and pretty much invite the entire Bay Area to come look at the lights. And, it gets a little congested, to say the least.
But you also told me, listen to this, Dennis Phillips personally hires off-duty Pinellas County deputies to do traffic control. How many deputies do you hire?
Usually it's 2 on each night, and the first couple of years it was 3. But what we actually have, we have some of the folks that I know personally now from doing this over the years. You know, they'll come out and help out. But you know, honestly, it's really kind of necessary these days because, like in the first couple of years, cars were lining up about a half a mile down the road. I mean, the line was just ridiculous to try to get into the neighborhood, and we don't really live in a very big neighborhood.
Now, are you standing in the yard with suspenders on? What do you do?
No, no. I have a Christmas jacket that lights up. Yes,
Wow.
so I've upgraded. I now have 2 of them. I have a green one and a red one, and I don't know, man. It's just fun. I mean, it just really is. I mean, it's one of the few times in the year that you go out and almost everybody's smiling and everybody's in a good mood.
So you're saying that with a half-mile lineup of cars in your neighborhood, there have been no road rage incidents?
No, I think there probably were, and some accidents, which is why I started hiring the sheriffs to handle the traffic. Because, yeah, I mean, you're right. People, even though they want to come see the lights and they're in a good mood, I think when they're, oh, honey, let's get in the car and go look at some Christmas lights. And then, 45 minutes later, still sitting on the road, they're like, what in the world? Why are we doing
this Dennis Phillips, man. If I see him, I'm going to run him over. In his Christmas jacket.
No.
That's a few of the neighbors. There are a few of the neighbors who feel that way. But the majority of the people get it because, the money that we raise, it goes toward the Children's Miracle Network and Feeding Tampa Bay. And, it's not a ton. I mean, we do $1 hot chocolate and we do $1 popcorn and some stuff. But overall,
and then all the money. So you pay for all the materials and every dollar goes to the charity.
Yeah, after, I mean, you got to go to Sam's Club and buy about 100 canisters of hot chocolate and,
gotcha.
And all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, and it started actually with my son was a 5th grader, had to do a class project and we started it one year and it just kind of turned into something. And it's chaotic and it's just a blast. I mean, the only thing that stinks about it this weekend is that it's going to be 80 degrees on Sunday. And So we're wondering if we should go from hot chocolate to iced cocoa or something, because it is going to be really warm on Saturday.
Well, so we have, like this morning, you had parts of the Bay Area that were what, in the low 40s?
Yeah, there are some 30s out there too. Today would have been a perfect day, but I mean, Florida. Give it a day. It'll be 80 in a couple. It'll be 80 on Saturday, and it's going to rain on Sunday.
Tell us about the display. How many lights? I mean, how elaborate? I've never been to your house. How elaborate is your Christmas display?
I mean, what I do is I do the whole syncing it to music and having it on a radio transmitter, and you've seen the houses like that before. Honestly, I am the best and the worst of Clark Griswold. You talked about Clark Griswold. It really is true, because I mean, I'm that guy who, I have 6 kids. So, you remember the scene when Clark Griswold gets stuck up in his attic and he's watching old Christmas movies and he's sitting up there just tearing up because I'm that guy. But
what about the scene where the Christmas tree or the tree flies through the neighbor's window? Have you ever done that?
That is me. That is me. And especially in my family and kids, unfortunately, know this as well. If the lights aren't working well, the moment when Clark Griswold takes it and punches the Santa display and kicks it across the lawn, that's me too. Yeah. So, I mean...
What about Cousin Eddie? Is he dumping raw sewage in the street?
We don't have a Cousin Eddie at this point. Right. But no, it takes about 3 weeks to put the display up. And, matter of fact, last night, somebody from the Great American Christmas Light Fight, I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I've heard of it.
They reached out to me. It's an ABC show, and they do a competition. And there's actually been several houses in the Bay Area that have been on it and have won. And somehow they found out about me, and they reached out, but they didn't know that I worked for ABC. And
they didn't know you were the chief meteorologist for ABC Action News?
Yeah, and they didn't know that I worked for ABC. I go, hey, I'm really flattered and appreciate it, but I work for ABC, so we can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, but yeah, that was last night. They reached out at like 11 o'clock last night. That's
hysterical.
On Facebook.
That's funny. All right, so Dennis, if people want to drive by and see the lights, when are the events? When do you have the hot chocolate? So people can drive by, obviously, any time to see the lights at night. But you have a couple of weekends where you do the fundraising and you do the popcorn and hot chocolate. So what's the story on that?
That's this Saturday and next Saturday, and it's usually from 6 to 10. But I tell people if they just want to come look at the lights for the whole neighborhood, the weekdays are the best day to do it. There's traffic and it gets backed up a little bit, but it's really not that bad. And I'm never home on the weekdays at night. I mean, I'm always at work, so I miss all of it. But I mean, during the week, again, it's Indian Trails in Palm Harbor. During the week, it's a great time to go. If they are planning on coming this Saturday or the following Saturday, a lot of times I tell my friends and I tell people, park outside the neighborhood and walk it, because you'll avoid all the congestion, and it's just way more fun to walk it and take your time to look around and see everything. Because there's about 80, 90 houses that get involved, and some of these displays are insane. I mean, like I would liken mine to a box of 8 crayons, and theirs are like 128. Wow. I mean, there's people who do custom-made displays where I can't even begin to explain it. It really is spectacular. Matter of fact, there's a website I just heard about yesterday. It's called the Holiday Atlas. It's a local family that put together a list of all these awesome Christmas displays all across the state. And if you go on the holidayatlas.com and you go under residential, you'll see about 10 or 15 of our neighborhood's houses in that display. And mine is one of them, actually, which is kind of funny because my son's like old 2004 Hyundai's right there in the middle of the road as he took the picture.
That's great.
Who got the lights? Who got my son's pointer.
So folks that are listening and want to drop by Dennis Phillips' house, so it's Indian Trails?
Yeah, Indian Trails off of Alderman in Palm Harbor. And again, I really suggest people to park like on Omaha or park outside the neighborhood and walk it.
Park at the Countryside Mall.
And take a shuttle. Well, you'll laugh. Listen to this. The Jolly Trolley in Pinellas County, I'd say at least 5 or 6 times a night, people have rented it and drive through the neighborhood to look at the lights. We get these front loaders that are hauling hay rides for people to go. There's horse-drawn carriages that come through on Christmas Eve. I mean, you really don't understand. It's crazy. It is chaotic, but it's just a blast.
Well, when you got to hire like 4 deputy sheriffs to do traffic control, obviously you got something going. Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News, our weather partner. So here at Q105, we're partnered with ABC Action News for news and weather, and of course, hurricane season. We've had Dennis Phillips on extensively, over the years here. Dennis, great to have you on, buddy, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy everything, and we'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Have a Happy New Year and a Happy Holidays to all you guys there.
Hey, you know what? You want to tell the graphics people tonight at 6 o'clock, have them put Clark Griswold, chief meteorologist, on the lower third.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that would be very funny. I maybe I can do it on Friday, because like the day beforehand.
Yeah,
that would be very funny.
Yeah, have them put for your graphic, instead of Dennis Phillips, chief meteorologist with the weather seal, put Clark Griswold on there.
You know what? I like it, and usually they have me live at my house on Christmas Eve anyway, so that would even work better. I like that.
All right, I'm gonna roll TiVo. Let's see if they do it.
All right, man. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Nice guy. Dennis
He's so
Phillips.
nice.
He is. Dennis Phillips, ABC Action News. And, people always comment. Well, we've had, like, the hurricane issues around here, and we've had Dennis on for, like, an hour straight, and we're just, talking for an hour straight about the whole hurricane situation. People remember that stuff. And, great guy, and obviously likes to juice up the neighborhood with his whole Christmas display. Moving along, Fester, I'm going to dial a number here, and I want you to see if you can get the guy on the phone. I have the phone number for the lawyer for the Chinese dude that tried to poison the neighbors with, like, methamphetamine and opioids by using a syringe to, like, juice up under their door. Remember the story?
Yeah.
The number for who?
The lawyer. His
Oh,
lawyer.
the lawyer.
I have the number for the lawyer. The Chinese dude's been deported. They deported him. There was like a warrant out for his arrest, and they've deported him. So let me give you the details. This is a local story, folks, that made national news, and it's the chemistry, like, grad student at USF that got into some kind of a tiff with his neighbor at this apartment complex. The upstairs neighbor, the Chinese dude downstairs, and when I say Chinese dude, the guy was from China.
Yeah.
He was a
Chinese guy.
The guy was like a student from out of the country, from China. And he, at one point, had a good friendship with his neighbor upstairs.
They had a baby. There's a baby
Exactly.
involved.
But the
newborn.
the Chinese guy started complaining about the noise coming from the apartment upstairs in the complex. And let me give you the details here. This former chemistry student at USF, and I say former because they expelled him. You try to poison your upstairs neighbor, and you're a foreign student or whatever from China. That might be grounds for expulsion at USF. Maybe not at Harvard, Yale, and Penn these days, but certainly at USF.
Certainly.
Yeah. So here's the deal. This Chinese student dude was injecting poisonous chemicals underneath the neighbor's front door, and the word that came out yesterday is that he's been deported to China, that immigration threw him out of the country, and it's unlikely that he's going to actually face charges in court here in the Tampa Bay area in Hillsborough County. Shuming Lee. I mean, this guy made news across the planet because the neighbor suspected that something was going on, and the upstairs neighbor hid a camera and caught this Shuming Lee injecting something, using a syringe to inject, like, chemicals and drugs underneath the front door. It made them sick, they claim, made their baby sick.
But they were at such a loss for what's happening to them.
Yeah.
They eventually figured out to install a Ring camera in a shrub outside of their door.
Right outside the front door at this apartment complex, not far from USF. And the neighbor upstairs that was poisoned was Umar Abdullah and his wife and their new baby. And the claim from the Chinese neighbor downstairs was that they were making too much noise. And word came out on Tuesday that Lee was deported back to China by U.S. immigration. And as far as the criminal case against him, which is very serious, that it looks like that case is, probably done, over, because he's not coming back to this country to face charges.
No chance.
So he's been thrown out of the country, which is, listen, that's the best possible outcome. But I would have liked to have had him, serve some time in a fine Florida jail or prison for a little bit.
That's the best outcome for Zhu Ming.
Did you say outcome?
I'm not sure. I might have. That's the best outcome for Zhu Ming Lee.
Yeah.
So this guy was thrown out of USF when this story broke earlier this year. He was hit with felony charges, including battery, possession of a controlled substance. He was supposed to be at a hearing on Monday, but because of his deportation, immigration, ICE got a hold of him and they grabbed him and they're throwing him out of the country. And that's why he didn't even show up for his hearing in Hillsborough County, downtown in Tampa at the Hillsborough County Courthouse. That's why he wasn't there. He failed to appear because immigration grabbed him to throw him out of the country, to deport him.
So does he even need a lawyer anymore?
Well, I have the lawyer's name. The lawyer's name is Adam Bantner. Now, I have Adam Bantner's cell phone. 81341. All right, Fester, do me a favor. I'm calling Lee's attorney, this Adam dude.
Okay.
He's on Hot One. Pick that up and see if Adam Bantner, the attorney for this Chinese guy that's been thrown out of the country, see if Adam picks up the cell phone.
We just want to banter with him for a few.
I want to have a little banter with Bantner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So I sent him a text earlier, and he didn't respond. Let me check my texts.
Yeah, no answer on the cell phone
Just
yet
ring him?
either. Yeah.
Adam, if you're listening, if anyone knows Adam, pick up the phone. I want to talk about this crazy Chinese chemistry
Automated
student.
voicemail system.
Just the number you've reached, that thing. Let me dial back. Let me go with rule of twos on this.
Let's give him a second.
Let me give him a second ring.
How'd you get his number? Was it off one of those cool lawyer billboards? Call me on my cell. Adam Bantner.
I'm calling again.
Attorney.
All right.
Are you
pick it up again.
accused of jamming chemicals?
Call me on my cell. 24/7, weekends, holidays. If you poisoned your neighbor, you've been arrested.
Call me
on my cell.
Bantner and Bantner.
Let me know if this guy picks up. Yeah, I want to talk to him. So the judge actually issued a warrant for his arrest when he didn't show up in court on Monday, but he wasn't there because ICE grabbed him. Immigration and Customs, they've apparently deported him. I don't know if he's being held or if he's physically been thrown out of the country, but this appears to be the final chapter in this.
No answer.
So Lee was in this country working on his doctorate in chemistry on a student visa, and he used the university lab at USF to mix these chemicals and then inject them with a syringe underneath the. I mean, that's pretty maniacal.
This guy's a terrorist.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
Yeah,
he was
that's his definition.
He was injecting opioids and methamphetamine and all kinds of junk underneath their door. It was this opioid mix that was making the family sick. The Abdullah family. And claimed that they were making all kinds of noise upstairs and they were keeping up at night. And it was like they were throwing furniture around. And I don't know if that story adds up, but he's gone. And, luckily there weren't any permanent injuries to Mr. Abdullah and his wife and newborn child. But this is like the craziest story that I've ever heard of.
All right, so
now he's gone, and now his lawyer, this Adam Bantner, maybe he's in court, maybe he's on the, who knows? But hey, Adam, come on! Somebody knows Adam L. Bantner II, Esquire. Hang on a minute. Let me read his bio
we
here.
don't need this whole bio.
Yes, I do.
We don't. I promise.
Adam L. Bantner II is a board-certified criminal trial attorney representing those accused of crimes in Hillsborough and Polk counties.
Including injecting chemicals under your
When
neighbor.
you are facing criminal charges, you want an expert in your corner. The Florida Bar has recognized Adam as an expert criminal defense attorney.
Can we stop at this now?
I want to see his education. Scroll up.
Okay, he went to Florida
Florida State University College of Law in Tallahassee, Looks like his undergrad was at Florida Southern College. He's admitted to the Florida bar. Very, very nice.
Okay.
Anyway, and he's done some pro bono work. Look at this.
Okay, great. How the hell does he take this on as a client?
For
Well,
real.
that's what I'd like to know.
Mr. Lee calls your
That's
office.
one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to Adam L. Bantner II, Esquire, attorney at law. I want to know. So, Adam, how the hell do you end up with this Chinese syringe poison drug guy?
With all
Right?
respect, Adam, listen, and I believe everybody is entitled to representation in legal proceedings.
El Chapo was taken.
Yeah,
so.
but Mr. Bantner, Mr. Zhu Ming is on line 2. And
I'll take him.
Zhu Ming's like, hello, my name is Zhu Ming, and I've been accused of. Sign it up. I'm going to send you over a retainer.
It looks like the story is over now because they've deported the guy or he's in line for deportation.
Did Zhu Ming leave Banter high and dry on legal fees?
Well, that's another question.
I question.
I
that's a
want
good
to know
question.
is Adam L. Bantner, did he get a big retainer or is he owed money? Come on, Adam, pick up the freaking phone.
Sounds like Zhu Bing made out as well as he possibly could have.
Zhu Ming, he's coming out smelling like a rose in this because he never has to face any kind of criminal charges.
I'm calling Adam again. All right, pick up line hot 1 again. Come on,
Oh my
Adam's got to pick
gosh,
up.
3 times.
All right,
Chime?
this is it.
This is the last time.
This is it.
Until next hour. But I want to talk to this lawyer. This is a crazy story that got national attention right here in the Tampa Bay area. No, it's still ringing.
Still ringing.
What the
No
hell?
answer.
Come on, Adam. What are you doing, man? Pick up
Help us out.
pick up the phone for the MJ Morning Show, would you please? Come on, Adam.
All right.
All right. So moving along, got a couple of emails I wanted to share. I've got a new video I shot last night. Did you see the video of me scratching Scout's head with one of those little telescopic back scratchers?
Oh, I did see that.
Oh, this thing's got a jillion views already. People love dog videos. I'm telling you right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, dogs and
Yeah.
feet.
If you go to my Instagram, the video already has like 4,000 views. I put this up at like 10 o'clock last night, 9 o'clock last night, and Scout is on the couch. And look, see your ear flop right there? That's hysterical. So Scout, our Jack Russell Terrier, our female, loves to be scratched with this telescopic back scratcher. Remember the
company.
the Grave Vault Company, like near
Yeah.
Dade City. Remember
They sent us a bunch
they
of them.
sent us a whole bunch of back scratchers,
Those feel good.
and Scout loves it when I use the back scratcher on her head. And she like puts her head down. You can see she's like, "Ooh, I love this. I love this. It's fantastic." Anyway, if you want to see a really cute video, it's, I don't know, 8 seconds long, 10 seconds long. Scout loves it. You want to see a cute video?
Aw.
Look at that. Roxanne's going, "Oh." If you want to see it, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Go to my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, and see the image of Scout getting her head scratched with this back scratcher. Let me bring up the audio here. Listen.
Scout, you want your head scratched?
Okay.
You got an itch? Oh, yes, look at that.
Look at her. Look
Little
at her face.
baby doggy talk there. Oh, yes.
Anyway, it's a cute video.
It's really cute.
Whoa, breaking news. Wait a second. Breaking news.
Hold the phone.
Adam
Yes.
Bantner. Adam Bantner, the lawyer, is on line 1.
We only called him 3 times.
Hey, Adam, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Sorry I didn't hear the phone ring. I had it on vibrate.
No problem. So, Adam, I just want to make sure that it is you. Could you do me a favor? Give me just one of your pro bono activities on your CV.
Yeah, there's not much. I don't do a lot of pro bono.
No.
It's a couple things.
No, Adam, I got a list of them on here. Just give me something you're associated with.
Oh, something I'm associated with. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do a lot of pro bono cases, but I just rolled off as the chair of the Valrica Fish Hawk Chamber of Commerce.
There it is. There it is.
President of Tampa Tiger Bay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Pass the test.
So you're the attorney, or you were the attorney for Zhu Ming.
I'm still his attorney.
Okay.
All right. Now, where is he right now? The reports are that ICE, that immigration scooped him up for deportation. Has he been ejected from the country and back to China, or where is he right now?
Yeah, he's been deported. He was here on a student visa, and USF, because of the allegations, expelled him from school. So that kind of, I guess, violated his student visa. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't know exactly logistics of how that works. But, yeah, he was picked up, and, he was deported.
When was he actually physically taken out of the country? Do you know?
As best I know, 2 days ago.
Does he owe you money? Is he paid up?
I'm not going into anything like that.
All right. All right. Well, listen, is he still your client technically?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he were to return and come back, either extradited back from China or returns on his own, then yeah, absolutely. I'd be
now,
represented.
the judge issued a warrant for his arrest because he was supposed to appear in court on Monday, but didn't because immigration scooped him up for deportation. So I highly doubt he's coming back to the United States anytime soon.
Oh, no, I would doubt that as well. I don't think China has an extradition agreement with the United States. So even if he were picked up and in custody over there, I don't think he's coming back. But if he does, yeah, we'll defend the charges.
Now, do you think there's a defense? I mean, you are a defense attorney, but what was the defense going to be? Accused of injecting opioids and chemicals underneath the upstairs neighbor's door with a syringe. I mean, he was caught on video. What was the defense? Can you share that?
And I mean, I don't want to go into too much, but I can say, I mean, it's public record in the police reports. The labs came back on it. It wasn't opioids, and we knew that from the beginning. It essentially was just an irritant.
What kind of irritant?
I believe I don't have the report in front of me, but I want to say it was benzoyl chloride or something like that.
So he admitted, I mean, he was on video, so he admitted to doing something, but you were trying to, mitigate or lessen charges that it wasn't methamphetamine or opioids that he was injecting?
Well, we do what we do in every case. Obviously we look at the facts and see if there's factual defenses, and if there's not, then we mitigate and try to negotiate and try to get to a fair resolution. And, we were just going to go ahead down that road, but obviously the U.S. government had different ideas of what to do with them. So, we just we're on pause.
So I'm assuming he never got his doctorate at USF in chemistry.
Yeah, that would be fair.
Adam, does Zhu Ming just give you a call out of the blue? How did you? How did you meet this client?
Yeah.
I have several lawyer friends. I've have had to retain lawyers several times. I understand the process of meeting and hiring a lawyer. How did you meet Zhu Ming?
Just through various connections in the communities. Yeah, I know lawyers all over the county, all over the state.
Sure.
And he was a referral from another attorney friend of mine.
Ah, gotcha. So have you ever represented a Chinese door injector in the past, or was this the first one?
I think it would be fair to say this is the first case with this unique set of facts.
Okay. This is a niche that nobody else
exactly
in the Bay Area.
You're now the foremost. You're now the foremost expert
in
Chinese injection under door techniques. So. Hey, Adam, thanks for coming on, being a good sport. It's just such a bizarre story that garnered national attention, right here in our backyard. So it's been an interesting story since it happened earlier this year.
It is. I mean, it's interesting, and it made news because it is unique facts, and we understand the facts are scary. But just quite frankly, Zumi's actually a good guy with a lovely family. He just got caught up in a situation, and allegedly made a very, very poor decision. He's actually a pretty good guy.
That right there, because when you are in this country trying to get your USF doctorate degree and you're accused of injecting stuff under other people's doors, that right there is why you want to call Adam.
Well, but also, I don't know if I would call him a good guy.
I don't know him. I don't know what you mean.
And Adam, is there any chance that he's going back to China to make fentanyl and jam it back to the United States? I don't know.
Well,
that's not fair.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, but listen, obnoxious is on my business card. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy's a good guy. The Chinese guy, but I know you're a good attorney. I can tell you that.
Whether you want to believe it or not, yeah, the facts are scary, and it's it's unique, but he actually is a pretty good guy. But it is what it is.
Hey, Roxanne, did you have a question for Adam?
No, I was just saying he had me convinced. So
Okay.
I'm picturing myself as a juror. I'm like, this guy's smooth. Okay.
This guy's
I know who to call
smooth.
if I get into some legal trouble.
Zhu Ming, good guy. I'm sold.
Adam
knows what
Adam
he's doing.
L. Banter. What does the L stand for, Adam?
Leo. I'm named after my grandfather, so I'm a second. Adam Leo Bantner the second.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming on and keep in touch with us. If you ever have any crazy cases, whenever you have a crazy case and you want to talk about it, you get a hold of me. I sent you a text, so you've got my personal cell phone now, okay?
All right. Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Cool guy. Yeah. I mean, listen, I
great.
appreciate him calling in. I mean, just kind of a matter of fact kind of guy. And, some defense attorney language there. But, man, crazy story. And it looks like maybe it's the end. Hey, you know what else? I was mentioning my Instagram a few minutes before Adam called in. And, of course, I wanted to take that immediately. But did I mention, or maybe it was the end of the show yesterday, did I mention that I used the license and registration renewal machine at Publix?
Oh, yes, you did.
Did I mention it at the end of the show?
I don't know when you mentioned it, but you talked about it.
Yeah, you
maybe
mentioned
a
it
couple
like
times.
on Tuesday, like it was a featured item, like
Right.
the middle of the 7 o'clock hour.
Did I mention it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I went to Publix and I got some bananas and I got my new-
Yes, we mentioned it when we were mocking you for being a content creator.
I know that I mentioned it on the show, but I didn't mention the aftermath yesterday, I don't think.
No.
So I post this video on my Instagram of me going to Publix. Now, not all Publix locations have this. So you got to look at the tag renewal thing. So my license registration, my tag expires in January because my birthday's coming up. And I got my renewal in the mail just before Thanksgiving from the Hillsborough County Tax Collector's Office. And I noticed that, hey, you can even use the kiosks in various like Publix locations. I'm like, all right, is there a Publix near me? Oh, look at this. The Publix on Southdale Mabry and Neptune has this like registration kiosk machine. You go in, you can like scan the barcode or just type in your license information on the screen, and you jam in your credit card and the machine goes and it spits out your new printed registration with the peel off yellow sticker to put on your license plate. And I was in there for like 3 minutes. It was the greatest thing in the world. I loved it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up again is, and I didn't mention this yesterday, so after I mentioned this on Tuesday's show, I'm driving home, I get home, and I look at my Instagram, and I see a message from the Hillsborough County tax office, from the tax collector. So Hillsborough tax collector on Instagram sends me a message, liking my video because I shot a video inside Publix. And again, it's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. And I shot a quick little, 10-second video. I'm like, hey, look at this machine. Look at this registration. This is the greatest thing in the world. Thank you, Nancy. So Nancy Milan, if I'm pronouncing it properly, is the Hillsborough County tax collector. And so the actual office likes my video and says, thanks for the shout out. And then Nancy Milan, the tax collector, then on her personal account, she follows me on Instagram.
Wow.
So now Nancy,
what?
The Hillsborough tax collector.
The last person I want following me is a tax collector. Listen, no offense, Nancy. Unfollow me.
Listen, what it shows, though, is that lots of people listen to the MJ Morning Show every day, including folks at the tax collector's office, because they heard me talk about the machine, and then they like my video. Then the tax collector herself personally follows me at Certified MJ Radio. So if I'm good enough for the Hillsborough County tax collector, Nancy C. Milan, then I guess I'm good enough for you. So give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
Okay, a little IG announcement, if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead.
If you don't mind, follow Roxanne Wilder at Roxanne Wilder. My goal was to get to 10,000 followers before we went on break.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell everyone you're going to post a bikini shot?
Yeah, I mean, why do they want to follow you?
By 2 o'clock today, why don't you tell them that you're going to post a new bikini shot and you'll reach your goals and then some.
Seriously.
Okay, what I was going to talk about is the goal that the video I posted last night in my stories was a double irritation to MJ, but you don't look at my stories. So it didn't happen, but I posted a picture of my daughter singing a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, no.
This is double irritation for you.
Why don't you tell everyone why you perceive that to be a double irritation?
Because you get really annoyed by Taylor Swift. You really, really, really get annoyed by her and her music and her songs. And
Well, listen, Time Magazine Person of the Year. I mean,
Makes sense.
no, it does. The Person of the Year ought to be somebody that really touches a large portion of humanity.
Yeah, like
And-
Taylor Swift.
No, she doesn't touch.
yeah, she
Come on.
does.
It's a. All right, anyway,
Yeah,
don't
Mr.
get me started.
Beast should have been
I
20
mean,
times
so-
Man of the
And
Year. Seriously.
you
real.
also get triggered by my daughter singing. You say I'm always trying to shove it in your face.
Well, you
Right?
do. You literally take your phone and shove it in my face and make me watch your daughter singing.
That's a true story right there.
That is
true.
that is
It's so
100% true. It's absolutely. Listen to this. Let me share a couple of emails with you here on the MJ Morning Show. Then look at this pile of stuff we still got to get to. We're packed. 8:41 right now. We've got Rolling Stones tickets we'll give away next hour. So in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll give away Rolling Stones tickets to the show coming up in June, maybe the last ever. Hopefully they make it. But we'll give away Rolling Stones tickets sometime in the 9 o'clock hour. Keep listening. Couple of emails I wanted to share. And this one, is a little sensitive with maybe some personal medical type information. So I'm not going to reveal the name. But I was really happy with this email. Thank you. So the subject line is thank you. All right, you got my attention. So this is an email sent to mj@mjmorningshow.com.
Hold on. The subject line, thank you, gets your attention?
Yeah.
Whoa, quite an attention getter.
You are a clickbait sucker.
The subject line reads, thank you,
What if it would have said, I have a surprise for you?
exclamation
Oh,
point.
click that.
Here's the email.
All right.
MJ, I've been meaning to send this email to you for some time. I'm not typically the type to reach out to somebody like you. However, I wanted to extend a huge thanks to you, Roxanne, Fester, and Froggy for helping me get through an extremely challenging time. I'm a St. Petersburg native. I discovered the MJ Morning Show earlier this year. Wait a minute. A St. Petersburg native. I'm like, Justice Eureka!
Justice here.
96 to 2010 was a blur.
Well, no, 94 to 2012.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the air with BJ, then the MJ from 1994 until 2012 with MJ and BJ, then the MJ Morning Show. And then, of course, then I focused on my afternoon show. And then we came back.
Better late than never.
Yeah. Anyway, bottom line, better late than never. But she says, I discovered the MJ Morning Show earlier this year on my long drive from South St. Pete to Wesley Chapel for the clinical portion of my nurse practitioner program. At that time, I had been an ER nurse for 12 years, and going back to school was stressful and, frankly, terrifying. I developed such acute anxiety I could barely drive over the Howard Franklin Bridge, and returning home in the 5 p.m. traffic via Malfunction Junction, a nightmare for me. I had never experienced anything like this before, and now I can once again drive over the bridge and on the interstate like a normal human, LOL. I attribute my extreme anxiety to the stress of school, working full-time, and raising 5 children. The only thing that seemed to mitigate my anxiety was listening to your show.
That's funny.
In fact, even though I hated getting up at 6:30 a.m. to drive to Wesley Chapel, I grew to look forward to it because it meant that I got to listen to your show. The banter between you, Roxanne, Froggy, and Fester took my mind off this new irrational fear that I had of the bridge and the interstate. There were times when I quite literally laughed out loud, and Froggy's laugh always made me giggle. Roxanne has a special place in my heart because, for some reason, listening to her filled me with confidence in myself. I continue to listen to the show when I drive to the hospital in the mornings, and my husband got me hooked on the podcast. I feel a bit silly writing this to you, but I think it's important that people know when they help to lighten someone's load. Much thanks. Signed, and I'm going to redact the name just for privacy purposes. But isn't that a lovely email?
That's one of the nicest things I've ever heard. It really is. I mean, like, we don't really have what you call noble jobs, I wouldn't say at all.
Speak
not
for
even
yourself.
close. Not even
Have
close.
you not heard Cajun Fester? Shut up. We don't have noble jobs. Whatever.
Hey, Cajun Fester, what do you want to say to this woman that had lots of anxiety on the interstates and the bridges, but now she's fine?
Hey, let me tell you something here. Listen, if you want anxiety on a bridge, you go down to Lake Pontchartrain. You go over that 22-mile bridge. It'll freak your ass out, lady. Listen, we're glad we make you feel better here, living here in the Bay Area. Get you a nurse practitioner. Hey, if you're a nurse practitioner, I got something on my back I need you to look at. Yeah.
Looks like a crawfish.
Look at that crawfish daddy done burrowed under my skin. A gator bit me, and a crawfish daddy done crawled in the bite hole.
You gotta get that. You should get that gator bite checked out.
I should a nurse practitioner here.
I need to take some medication, sprinkle some Tony Sachary on me.
Listen, I tell you right now, you go medical school. You know what school you go to? You go to LSU medical school. Go Tigers.
In Bossier City?
It's Baton Rouge.
Oh, Baton Rouge, whatever the hell it is. Shreveport. My brother spent time at LSU Shreveport.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for expressing your heartfelt feelings.
That was a lovely story. Awesome. All right, 8:47 at the MJ Morning Show. We have Rolling Stones tickets to give away in the next hour. Coming up in the next segment, possibly. I've got a story about social media content. How much do people really believe in what they see on social media? When we also get back, there is a Christmas tree tradition that apparently is making a comeback, and some are like, why? Can sneezing kill you? Look, you ought to see this. Oh, and Fester, IKEA's got a food item that's going to make you drool.
Dude, I'm all about IKEA food. IKEA has some good stuff.
I got good news. I got bad news. All right? And it's all on the way. Stand by. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you What is love? No. What is the percentage of Americans that believe in the crap they see on social media? That's the real question here.
100%.
Yeah, you know, you'd think it, but no, it's actually a little lower than that. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 9 o'clock exactly here on a, what is this, Thursday, right?
Wow, Thursday, yeah.
Thursday. Froggy, I forgot you were quiet for the last hour. What have you been doing?
I sort of had a headache for a while, but I got rid of it. I slammed 2 coffees.
All right.
So
Good job.
I'm very hyper now.
No, it's like I just realized, Froggy, I don't think said a word for the last hour.
You did a hell of a lot of talking yourself there, buddy.
That's no joke.
Well, you can jump at any time you want there, dude.
Well, I left my shoehorn at home.
He's easing his way back in after.
Yeah, nice and slow.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones tickets on the way this hour. Keep listening. I'll tell you exactly when to phone in. Stand by.
MJ, you going to that show?
Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
It's in Orlando.
What night is June 3rd?
So
because
what?
Michelle is so pissed at me because I gave Tony Gonzalez Rolling Stones tickets back in 1995.
Well, you should go
or
see
94 or whatever it was.
This might be your last chance, in all honesty.
Hey, Tony Gonzalez, if you're still listening, Tony Gonzalez. Where is Tony Gonzalez? Somebody tell Tony, where are you? Does anyone know Tony Gonzalez?
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, well, Tony used to be.
This is Tampa, There's a lot of Tony Gonzalez.
The Tony Gonzalez that I'm talking about, he used to run Courtesy Toyota on Adamo. And that's where I had a 1994 twin turbo Supra.
Nice.
And Julian, my son, is still pissed at me to this day for not keeping that car.
Well, he's a car guy?
Well, no. Well, those cars have become very
rare,
collectible,
ridiculously valuable for what they were.
The car is worth more now than it was in 1994. And I remember I got a great deal. Like Tony Gonzalez back in the day, Courtesy Toyota years ago. We had done, remember the fireworks promotion we did with Toyota? Remember?
Boomsday or something?
Power Pig, Boomsday, exactly. And he said, hey, MJ, I don't know if you're looking for a really cool, hot car right now, but there is a lease deal on the Supra that is unbelievable. And the car back then, it was like a $60,000 car. I mean, 1994, twin turbo.
It's a lot of money back then for a car.
It was, and you know what? If you look at the Supras today, the 94s, they still hold up. I mean, it's still a good-looking car. And the lease deal was insane. It was like $449 a month for this. It was
well worth it.
It really was. I mean, it was
$449. That's extremely high, isn't it?
For a $60,000 car? No, it was not.
No, everything's relative, but
it was not
94
for that kind of a car. It was not. It was a great deal for the car. Maybe it was less.
Were you rich in 94? I can't remember.
No, I was making nothing.
Yeah. So see, that's expensive for what you're probably making.
So anyway, you got a Supra from the guy.
So I got a Supra. I leased the Supra, and Rolling Stones were in town or whatever the story was, and Michelle wanted to go, and I had tickets to the Stones, but since Tony had given me this great heads up and a good deal on the Supra, I gave him the tickets, and Michelle still to this day will not let me forget that I gave Tony Gonzalez the Rolling Stones tickets.
All right, so what day is the concert?
Monday, Andrew says, which is a terrible day for a concert.
It's a Monday.
What?
June 3rd
is a
Monday night. I can't. Hang on, let me see if Michelle will pick up the phone. Hold on.
Act like you got her tickets.
She's probably listening or has MJ TV on. She typically starts MJ TV on the TV in the bedroom.
Would you say, MJ, you got her tickets to the Stones?
That's so awesome. I know
my
she's been wanting to go for like 30 years.
Come on, Michelle, pick up.
Oh.
Hey, who did I give the Rolling Stones tickets to?
If I can find him.
I don't know where Tony Gonzalez. Does anyone know?
Hidden.
Say it again.
He better stay hidden.
Dude, what's up with that murderous voice and comment?
You sounded pretty sexy this morning, Michelle. Yeah.
No, I'm still sleeping.
Oh, okay.
You have your morning pack of cigarettes? What the
This
hell?
is my wake-up call.
But Michelle, you're still angry at me that I gave away.
I hated that car. I hated that car.
It sounds a little.
And I was so happy.
It sounds a little cheesy.
Then your grandmother hit it with her door, and I was so happy.
My grandmother put a dent in it, but I got the Ding King to pull it out.
Yep.
So
I hated that car.
No, and it was a nice car. All right, now you're still angry that I gave the Rolling Stones tickets to Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah. Good deal on a car meant more than making me happy. Whatever.
Oh, but look at this
Story of my 30 years.
story. I know, Michelle.
Yeah.
The Rolling Stones are coming in June, but it's a Monday night in Orlando. It couldn't be any less convenient.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Do you have to go?
I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a day off, buddy. Road trip.
Yeah, it only takes, what, an hour?
I mean, you could hire a car to drive you back, and you sleep in the ride back.
Stay over.
Yeah, stay over on a Monday.
Listen,
Take
You go to Typhoon Lagoon the next day.
Normal people go to a concert, enjoy it, and stay over and not be rushed to press to get home so that you can get up 2 hours later to go to work.
No, that's not. No.
I know.
You'll never live that life, toots.
I know, Froggy. Tell me.
I want to know what Tony Gonzalez is. Tony, look what you've caused me.
What do you guys plan on doing with this Tony Gonzalez when you find him?
Seriously.
That's what I want to know.
I fear for this
Roll
man's
him up in a
life.
carpet.
Oh.
So what'd you say?
Roll him up in a carpet.
Roll him up in a carpet.
Cartoon.
Folks, you're seeing a different side of Michelle today.
All right.
All right, Michelle, I'll see if I can get you to the Stones, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just be caller 50 when I tell you to call in, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Michelle, I sent you beautiful owl photos.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, a couple of years ago, I put off going to Jimmy Buffett, and I said, I'll go see him in a couple of years. No worries.
Next time.
See?
And now,
Oh, man.
look where I'm at.
I know.
Michelle and I saw Tom Petty at Forest Hills 2 months before he died.
Yeah. You
Ah.
never know.
Yeah.
I saw Jimmy Buffett before opening for the Eagles a couple of years ago in Orlando, and he was like, "Don't worry, I'm always going to be around to perform."
Oh, my God.
Shut up, Fester.
I'm never going to kick the bucket.
Shut up.
Fester, stop.
Wasted away again in my coffin.
Stop
Oh,
it.
that's-
Come on, that's all. What is wrong with you?
Too soon.
All right, Michelle, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Hey, we're working out this morning.
We are.
All right, I'll see you at the gym.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I just threw my oatmeal
Froggy threw
Fester,
oatmeal
and
cup
the
at
spoon stuck in the microphone.
That's funny. That was,
awesome.
You couldn't do that if you tried a million times.
Holy, you couldn't do that again?
Right.
Hey, is that on
That's
camera?
crazy.
Andrew, do you have that on camera?
Did you get it on camera?
Did you
No,
really?
he didn't get it.
Oh, my God. So Froggy threw his cup of oatmeal at Fester, and the spoon flew out and got lodged under the microphone holder.
Wow,
You're going to win a big teddy bear for that.
That's impressive.
What flavor is that?
Don't tell me. Is it cinnamon apple?
Yes.
Oh,
Very
I can smell it
Very
off
good.
This is all. Hey, I need to talk to Tony Gonzalez.
No, you don't.
Does anyone know where Tony Gonzalez is, formerly of Courtesy Toyota back in 1994? Where is Tony Gonzalez today? I need Tony. If you know Tony Gonzalez, call me up and tell me where he is. 800-990-1047. I need those tickets back. 800-990-1047. Was that or a new Super? Yeah, the Super's back out, isn't it? 800-990-1047. If you know where Tony Gonzalez is, let me know. Anyway, where was I?
I think we were looking for Mr. Gonzalez.
No. Social media.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Way back
So,
then. I remember teasing him.
Americans only believe this percentage of crap social media content. What do you think it is? Do you think it's high or low, or what do you think it is?
I mean, I would think it's like right down the middle. I mean, because a lot of times on social media, you follow things you're into. What was like, I don't know, a third?
That's pretty good. I'm going to give it to you. Americans believe only 37%.
Okay.
Very close. You're only 4 points off
Wow.
of the content that they see on social media.
It's impressive.
So only 37% think that what they see on social media is real or free of edits, filters, Photoshop, whatever. And I think I thought the number was kind of high Because I thought that more people were pretty much duped and sucked in by social media daily.
See, I'm looking at this guy right now, and he doesn't have a brain in his head. Look at this guy. Now, is that real?
Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
What
Where
is
did you find
that?
this?
Look.
What are you looking at?
Look at that. Is that guy alive?
Let me see.
So it's like a video of a guy who has a traumatic head injury.
That is not real. Hang on. I'm going to hold this up to MJ TV. Does he turn his head again?
I mean, it re-loops, right?
Let me turn on the audio.
Oh, my God. That's impossible. The guy's a hole in his head, and it's an empty skull. That's not, you have to have a brain.
I don't understand.
No, come on. That's phony.
In the 2/3 that you don't believe?
What are you following? He turns his head, and there's like his skull is empty.
Yeah, so you're talking about
That's
that
not
while I'm
real.
looking at that video, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's not real. Between artificial intelligence, between deep fake videos, 2,000 U.S. adults surveyed, and they split it up among the generations, and 74% apparently also can't tell what's real or what's fake, but 37% believe that the content is real. So the majority says they don't believe that the content is real. You know what's a major problem?
What?
The deep fakes, and the porn deep fakes. This is going to become such a bigger, greater problem, especially blackmail and trying to embarrass people. Pornographic deep fakes are going to be a major, major issue.
Or is it? If it's not you, don't worry about it.
No, they're making it look like you, so people think it's you.
There's going to be a deep fake that starts the next war.
Hey, that is possibly in the cards, and that's scary crap. All right, 9/11 at the MJ Morning Show, so it is time for the 9:10 must-hear story of the day. Every day at 9:10-ish, I try to have an item that you got to hear. And, Roxanne, I thought of you when I saw this.
Perfect.
Do you have a creepy son that's hiding cameras at one of your Airbnbs?
No, I only have daughters.
Okay, and they're 3 and 6, so they're probably not hiding cameras in your Airbnbs.
No, but I told you what my daughter wanted to do. She was like, she whispers it because Noelle, our elf, is in the room, elf on the shelf, and she's like, Mom, can we please aim the security cameras in the house at Noelle and watch her fly in and out of the house?
Yeah, the cameras can't pick that up.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. So listen to this. Listen to me choke. Listen to the headline. Creepy son of Airbnb host sentenced after secretly filming guest in shower and then threatening to blackmail her.
That's brazen.
Can you imagine this? This is a sicko pervert of a California Airbnb host. The son was sentenced last week to over 3 years in federal prison after secretly filming a guest getting out of the shower and then threatening to share part of the footage with her loved ones.
Okay, that is really obnoxious because it's like you're the creep, you're the perv who surreptitiously filmed, and now you're going to blackmail her?
Yeah, I mean, the whole story is creepy. The prison sentence was given to Kevin James Strutz, 52 years old. I was thinking when I first saw this, it's going to be like a 20, 25, 30-year-old, maybe an 18-year. No, 52-year-old son of the Airbnb host. What is she, like 80? 79 or something? Strutz and the woman both lived at Strutz's mother's house, where the victim rented out a room. The victim, a traveling occupational therapist, abruptly took off the same month when she spotted a creepy drafted message on a smartphone left in a shared bathroom.
Yeah.
This girl is driving me crazy. She's accidentally sexy. I don't think that's what she wants here. That was part of the message that she saw on this phone. I never get what I want, and it frustrates me. Like, what is this guy, an incel? What's going on here?
Oh, weird.
Airbnb put her up in a hotel room that night after the company was notified and then helped her relocate to another home, but the harassment was just beginning. Strutz, the son of the Airbnb host, continued to contact the victim through multiple Facebook accounts, including one that he had a false identity on. He then threatened to send nude pictures of the woman to all of her contacts and attached an image of her naked from the waist up if she didn't send him a video of her touching herself.
All right, Strutz.
What a sicko. In an interview with the FBI, Strutz admitted to filming the woman using a cell phone in a basket, but claimed that he wasn't going to send it to anyone else. He was arrested back in June of 2020, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of cyberstalking this May, earlier this year. And now he's going to go to federal prison for a little over 3 years. Sent threatening messages to another woman, it was discovered. Tried to coerce her into engage in sexual acts with him. Man, this guy's a treat.
Go easy.
This guy has arrests going back to 1991. Among the charges, stalking, violating court orders to prevent domestic violence, burglary, robbery, assault with a deadly. What kind of mess is this guy? But again, you never know. You go into an Airbnb. We have only been, let's see, we were in an Airbnb in Paris. Michelle found a great Airbnb in the 16th. And it was awesome. And it was inexpensive. It was nice. It's only a couple of $100 a day. It was nice for the money. It was really, and that's not bad. You know, you try to get a hotel room in New York these days. $500-600 a night for a broom closet. At a 2-star, yeah, Frog?
People across the canal from us have an Airbnb, and it's rented out to different people every weekend.
Doesn't Kenan Thompson live across the canal from you?
I think that marriage fell apart. But
no. I know.
The other side.
I know the marriage fell apart, but doesn't Kenan Thompson own the home?
Yes.
Now he Airbnbs it.
A lot of people didn't realize this, but Kenan Thompson spent a lot of time in Town and Country.
His wife is very nice.
Yeah, Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live. Is he still in the Tampa Bay area, or has he fled the area? Do we know?
I read that he's in New York City taking care of his kids with his estranged wife.
Well, but she's still in Town and Country, right?
No, the house has been abandoned for like a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did it sell, or is it?
I don't know.
Well,
I was talking about the other Airbnb, and they catch catfish, and I'm waiting for one of them to get hit with a catfish. They don't know how to handle a real catfish here because they're from New York.
Gotcha.
Like, we got a fish.
Anyway, I'm going to save this till tomorrow. This I'm not going to save till tomorrow.
Okay.
Do not hold your sneeze. It could kill you.
I know people that hold sneezes all the time.
This is a ridiculous headline.
I heard it comes out as a toot.
Well, no, you have to swallow it.
Froggy, stop.
If you swallow the air, it comes out as a toot.
Listen. The headline that's kind of circulating, and I've seen this in various places. The Daily Mail has it. The New York Post has it. It's on various news websites in the last 24 hours about this dude in his 30s, and he had a history of allergies, had a sneezing fit, held in a sneeze, tore his windpipe, and I guess he died. But listen to this. Is this like an alarm? Oh, my God, this is an epidemic. Don't hold your sneeze. Apparently, this is the first case of this ever. So how worried should you be?
In the history of humankind.
There are 8 billion people on the planet right now. Fester, can you do me a favor?
A world population?
Well, no, I know what the world population is.
What?
It's, I don't know. What is it? What is it, 8.2 billion right now?
What are we looking up?
Yeah, just give me the exact world population first. What is the world? I'm going with 8.2 billion. All right, I'm close. It's 8.1 billion people on the planet. So what I want to know is how many people have lived on the planet? Not like right now. You have 8.1 billion living now. How many total humans have ever lived? What is that number?
A quadrillion.
Total?
No.
How
many people lived on our...
All right, Fester, listen.
I'm trying here.
Total humans that have lived on Earth. Total number of humans.
All right, we get there. Hold on. TOTALNU.
The point I'm trying to make is we have one story of a guy dying by holding a sneeze. All right, here we go. 117 billion. It's estimated that there have been 117 billion humans that have ever lived.
Of which 8 billion are alive right now.
Right now, exactly.
117 billion.
Yeah.
Really?
What did you say?
I said really.
Oh, I think I said ooh.
That's interesting.
No.
So, yeah, the British Medical Journal has a story on this. The first recorded sneeze injury of its kind, according to the British Medical Journal. So, 117 billion humans. We've got one recorded case of a guy holding a sneeze and ripping out his trachea and dying. I don't think this is something you need to worry about, is the point I'm trying to make, as this story is making headlines and trying to scare people. Oh, don't hold your sneeze. Don't hold your sneeze.
Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know I let mine out in here.
You do. You go off to your little corner with your little ting, and a little
Karate chops. Yeah.
Yeah, noise. All right, we have Rolling Stones tickets to give away in just a bit. Keep listening. I'll tell you exactly when to call in. It'll happen in minutes. Rolling Stones tickets could be in your hands, or maybe Tony Gonzalez could call in and be caller 30, whatever it is, to win the Rolling Stones tickets. Now, I got a lot of stuff we got to get to. I'm looking at my Fester, I've got that IKEA food story.
Let me hear it.
Fester, I've got good news and bad news on the Fester IKEA foods. You're not going to believe this. This is insane, but it's good news, bad news. And I'll explain coming up in just a second. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show in minutes here on Q105. 29 at the MJ Morning Show. Final segment. Rolling Stones tickets in minutes. Your chance to win by simply calling in and being the right number caller when I give those tickets away. So hold on momentarily here on the MJ Morning Show. First of all, good news, bad news on the IKEA food front. And if you missed Fester's comment, when I said IKEA and food, you should have seen Fester illuminate like the Griswold house when it actually worked.
Now, IKEA has good foods both in their little cafe and their fast food area up front.
There are two food areas at IKEA? I mean,
IKEA has the cafe up top.
I've purchased a couple of bins there, like when the kids needed all their little Legos and all their crazy toys organized. When they were younger, we bought some IKEA stuff, which I spent 19 days putting together in the garage with all the little screws and the angles and the Allen wrenches and all the this and that.
That's more operator error than anything.
No, everything came together nicely. It just took a while. So I never ate at IKEA. In fact,
they have
pretty good meat. What is it?
Swedish meatballs? They have good Swedish meatballs.
I know they have that. I know that. Well, and that's sort of where I'm heading here. I've never eaten any IKEA food. I saw like the food stand up front when I went and picked up some stuff. You know, the thing with IKEA, I have not been in IKEA it's been a long, long time. Right. You know, I think when we were up in New York for a little bit, I think we went to an IKEA like in Newark or something and picked up something for the apartment. No, Michelle did that, but I was also at a different IKEA elsewhere in New Jersey. But I've never eaten at IKEA.
Okay, so IKEA has the cafe up top where they serve the Swedish meatballs. Yep. And they have a couple of hot dishes. Then they have the quick service counter thing, like at the checkout. There's like hot dogs. I think they have a pretty good cinnamon bun.
How do you
the ice cream's good.
The ice cream is good there, right? And
how much time do you guys spend at IKEA?
Also, MJ, which you might actually enjoy this part if you could ever go. Mm-hmm. They have a Scandinavian market with a bunch of things
because I want some reindeer sausage.
Listen, they have. I don't know if they have that. They have some really, really good and unique cookies and pastries that you just don't find around locally.
How about like those Dutch butter cookies?
They have Dutch ovens.
All right, so IKEA, and you know the other thing about IKEA, you get caught in that maze. You know do they still run you around? You got to like run through everything to get out. It's like I have like a fear of like a like a triangle waist shirt factory or something.
It's
you know?
nothing but showroom after showroom after showroom.
Yeah, you
right?
have to know where the cut throughs are to get through it quickly. Or you just go to the cafe. It's right at the top of the elevator.
What was it? The triangle shirt waist? What was the name? Waist shirt? The famous fire in the garment industry back in the 1920s, right? The triangle fire. Just type in triangle fire. Yeah, type in triangle fire. I'm telling you. Yep, triangle shirt waist factory fire. When was that? 1911.
Yeah, 1911.
All right. So March 25th of 1911.
You're going to tie
I
this
think I
into
smell smoke.
The Triangle Shirtwaist Company in New York burned 146 workers were trapped in that factory.
That's
and
awful.
you're down like in lower Manhattan.
Yeah.
And you want to hear something kind of creepy?
Yeah.
For whatever I learned, when did I learn about that? I think that was in college or something. I learned about the Triangle Factory.
Because everybody was allowed to smoke while they
Well,
worked on the
was,
line.
Well, it was one of these true sweatshops, and that's part of what changed the sweatshop garment industry situation, where immigrants were packed in unsafe conditions. But you want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
What was it? March? What was the date on it?
March
25th, 1911 is when the big Triangle Shirtwaist Company factory fire was. But I don't know if they still do it, but I saw this a couple of years back that in lower Manhattan, I don't know if it was near like Rivington Street or, down there where some of the, the old like migrant garment, down on Orchard, you have the Tenement Museum, which is awesome.
Okay.
If you want to visit it. But listen to this. A couple of years back, I'm walking through there and there were like drawings on the sidewalk around March 25th. And they put the names of people like on the front steps or the sidewalk of some of the buildings, which still stand, where people lived. And they like drew on the sidewalk on the anniversary of the fire. This is where, and they have the name of so-and-so lived who died in the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire.
Poor Nucky Thompson.
Yeah. So just thought that was kind of interesting. A little creepy, but, certainly interesting. All right, so where were we? IKEA. And the fact that I feel like I'm trapped. When I get in IKEA and, it feels like, how do you get out of this place? I'm like a mouse.
I feel trapped around here too sometimes.
All right. Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up, the reason why we're talking about IKEA.
Yeah, what's the food stuff that you're bringing?
Hold on one second. Everyone in the room who has not been to an IKEA in their life, raise your hand.
That was
just me?
Wow. So, Roxanne, you have never been in
Haven't.
IKEA ever?
No, never.
I've been in maybe 3 or 4 times in my life. But I've never eaten there. I've never had any food out of the cafe.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. That's good stuff.
Yeah. You ever driven in a Kia?
What did you take IKEA to IKEA?
I have. You know what? I think we bought a chocolate bar at the checkout stand or something.
I'm telling you, they have good food.
Yeah, I think we bought a chocolate.
All right.
Anyway, so here's the reason why I'm bringing up IKEA. And there's good news, bad news here. They are launching a massive turkey-sized meatball. Ooh. Imagine a 15-pound turkey, and you've got a meatball that big being sold by IKEA for the holidays.
It's a lot of meat.
Haven't the Greeks been doing this for a long time, and they just call it gyros?
I'm looking at this picture, man. This meatball, I'm telling you, you take a typical turkey. Look, it's the size of a bowling ball. Look at this meatball.
Listen.
Look at this thing.
It's a big meatball.
Look at this. I'm holding it up to MJTV.
I'm all about it.
Well, I said good news, bad news. It's only going to be available in British IKEAs.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so
I'll take the big meatball, please.
Can you imagine a meatball the size of a bowling ball, the size of a turkey being sold by IKEA?
Only the teeth of the British can handle such a ball.
All right. Let me get my gnarled British teeth on that meatball.
Ain't not like a woodchuck.
or like Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend.
I love meatballs.
like a beaver chewing wood to make a dam.
Well, that sucks.
Take a look at this meat. Fester's got the meatball up on in full color on the computer monitor right now. Look at the size. Look at the gravy boat is dwarfed by the size of this meatball.
Oh, it's good.
It's like in a platter of mashed potatoes. It looks great.
It looks like a cannonball that's oversized.
It's like a big turd.
Froggy. Why do you gotta make it more delicious?
Anyway, but it's not available in the United States. It's only available at British IKEAs.
That thing doesn't even look real.
Carrying that thing home.
Some crazy, silly. Let's give away the Rolling Stones tickets right now. Let's go with caller 50. Tony Gonzalez, if you're listening, call in.
Watch your back, Tony.
Watch him win.
Let's go. Caller 50 right now. You want Rolling Stones tickets? Stones in Orlando at Camping World Stadium on June 3rd. And I've got your tickets right now if you're caller 50. Oh, man, 50, 50, 50. Oh, there's 50. 50. Caller 50 right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And I will take the 50th caller live on the air here momentarily. Speaking of the holiday season, giant bowling ball sized meatballs at IKEA. There is something related to Christmas trees that is making a comeback. And I kind of laughed. I kind of chuckled out loud. I chortled and chuckled when I heard this description. Do you know what Christmas tree accoutrement is making a comeback? Think about it.
Ooh, I have a guess.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I want everyone just to kind of name. It's you know what? It's sort of like the $25,000 pyramid. It's like the winner's circle. It's like things on a Christmas tree. You know what I mean? You got the. Hey, let me shut this off. It's like on the end of. The $25,000 pyramid or whatever.
It's more like the Family Feud.
No. It's like the pyramid when, it's where they're saying ornaments, this, that,
baby owls,
things on a Christmas tree.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we know it's something on a Christmas tree.
It's actually nothing like that because we have to.
This is making a comeback.
All right.
I know.
Now go ahead and. I want you to guess. So, Roxanne, I'll start with you. Things on a Christmas tree.
I think I know the answer to this. I may have read this story, so I don't want to ruin it. But does it have to do with Gen Zers? Are they bringing it back in vogue?
Apparently so.
Okay, then I'm going to recuse. I read this. I know the answer.
Or don't say that particular item. Just say something else that's on a Christmas
tree.
tree.
Radio segment.
Okay.
We just come up with crap.
Things on. Let's go. Things.
That's what's in my head. I'm just being honest. I know I can't get that thing out of my head now. All right, Grinches.
Grinches
on a Christmas tree.
Whatever. All right, Festa, things on a Christmas tree.
I also would like to recuse myself from this segment.
For different reasons.
I was going to guess something like tinsel.
That's it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my answer was wrong.
Man, you didn't even give me a chance, stupid ass.
I didn't even know.
Thanks for ruining this segment, Fester.
I remember that tinsel
Come up with something original.
Tinsel's pretty out there.
Tinsel disappeared, and now tinsel's making a comeback.
Those little foil strands.
Yeah. So what were you going to say?
I read a story like 2 days ago, and I talked about it on Middays, that Gen Z are bringing bows back in fashion for Christmas trees, and they're doing full bow trees.
Well, I guess that the Gen Zers are bringing all kinds of crap back.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this tinsel.
Would you like to see my bow tinsel tree?
The item that I have is that Gen Zers are bringing the drippy strands of like glittery, silvery,
metally.
Yeah. It's like little strips of like Reynolds wrap, tinsel.
Yeah. When we were kids, that's how we decorated our tree. It was like first you put the lights on, then you put the ornaments on, and then you put we didn't do garland. We did the tinsel, and we loved it. It was so much fun. But looking back, it looks terrible.
It's a mess also.
It's a mess, and it makes the whole thing look terrible.
Oh, it's awful. But tinsel's coming back.
Weird.
I was going to guess popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
I talked to my wife about making like macaroni strands, and she's like, no.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
You take like a string and you use a needle and you sew all kinds of popcorn.
Popcorn garland.
Fester, are you still doing the sausage links around?
I cook them now.
Oh,
Fester makes garland out of
links of hot dogs.
What's the
one
Jimmy Dean sausages?
Okay. That's very funny.
awesome,
That's not the case. 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year I
Yeah.
made the
Right.
garland out of raw Johnsonville brats. And it rotted.
That's disgusting.
That stinks.
So you got that with the pine smell.
Hi, good morning. Who is this?
This is Stacy.
Stacy, where are you calling from?
Lutz.
Stacy and Lutz. Stacy, why are you calling the MJ Morning Show?
For the concert tickets for the Rolling Stones.
Yes, the Rolling Stones are coming to Orlando. They'll be there June 3rd. You are caller 50. Stacy and Lutz, you win.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fantastic. I can't wait to see them again.
When did you last see the Stones?
Oh, when they were here at the stadium, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, they were at Tampa
Yeah.
Stadium,
Yeah.
Buccaneer Stadium recently.
Yeah, this one's a little less
Yeah.
convenient for Tampa Bay area residents because it's over in Orlando. But anyway, you've got it. You're going back to see the Rolling Stones. And listen, this could be the final time. This could be the last tour.
Yeah.
I mean, Mick Jagger is 80.
Yeah, he could still move, though.
Right. Anyway, Stacy, congratulations. You're caller 50. You've got the Rolling Stones tickets. I'm going to place you on hold.
Okay.
And Andrew, the producer, is going to pick up and get all your information.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. And do you listen to the MJ Morning Show on a regular basis?
Every day.
May I ask the times of day? Are you pretty consistent with when you listen, like from a certain time to a certain time, or does your listening vary sporadically during the day?
I listen in the first thing in the morning. I come into work and I have the radio on all day.
Awesome. That's exactly what I want to hear from you, Stacy. Stacy, have a great day, and Andrew's going to pick up now, okay?
Thank you so much.
You bet. Look at that. Another satisfied MJ Morning Show customer. And I still have a lot of stuff to get to, but I'm going to push this off until tomorrow. Yeah, I think everything can wait. But I still have like 2 more hours of top-notch A-list prep, which we'll pick up with tomorrow. Anything else, guys, before we shut things down here on a Thursday?
Yeah, I'm not going to leave everyone hanging anymore. I'm in for 2024 with the MJ Morning Show. Another year.
Yeah, I heard this
we can
yesterday.
Talk about it tomorrow. I met with
Yeah.
Ron yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Roxanne.
Okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back.
Don't tell everybody I'm out for 2024.
Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear Roxanne's little issue with her with her contractual situation.
But I'm in.
Yeah, Roxanne's back in 24.
We just need you.
Yeah, and listen, I'm working on it. Things are looking good. All right, things are getting close to a new MJ deal for 24. But Roxanne, you got to hear Roxanne's story.
We can go into more detail tomorrow. But I met with Ron yesterday, and I'm back.
I will get into more detail. It's like, man, you got to get a grip. You got to get a little handle on things.
What did he say?
Well, hang on. This is a reason to listen.
Serious, Roxanne?
Listen tomorrow and find out. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. If you need to email me, I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. My private email, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. Have a great day, and let's be careful out there.